only reason why it's not called that is because the wealthy people are wealthier than they've ever been. It's not a depression for the rich people. They're doing fantastic. During the Great Depression, the average cost of a home was about $4,900, which today is about $90,000. That was about 3 times the average person's wages. In 2026, today, the average cost is about $410,000, which is about 8 times the average person's wages. This is not accidental, and this is not just inflation. It is deliberate overpricing by wealthy people to put more profit into their pockets.
Gen Z, and I am no longer passionate about anything. I've only been alive for less than 3 decades, and I've already lost almost all will to live and passion and drive. Why? Because America and American capitalism has put lifestyle behind a paywall. America says that we are so burdened, we the people are so burdened with human life that we must benefit from the existence of all of you people. So the least you all could do is be cogs in our machines, aka funnel money into billionaire businesses. So we find some of you worthy of keeping alive. That's why living wage isn't easily accessible. We don't want all of you to stay alive. We don't like it's a lot of y'all. It's too many of y'all. It's just enough that it's enough to keep us rich, but it's too many for us to like have to care about all of y'all. Because all of y'all aren't millionaires. All of y'all aren't even millionaires. Most of y'all aren't even middle class.
Hey YouTube, people online keep saying it feels like everything got insanely expensive overnight while their paychecks stayed basically the same. So today we're talking about that feeling while going through some of these clips to show what Americans have been dealing with and what they cause are.
Some America's CEOs of major companies in America are now saying that the average American is running out of money. Wow! Gee, no fucking shit, dumb fuck. Yeah, Americans are running out of money. Man, did you figure that out all the way from back 5 years ago? So the CEO of Heinz is now saying that Americans are running out of money due to high cost of food, gasoline, insurance, cars, housing, every fucking thing. And the CEOs are now finally saying, maybe we need to bring prices down a little bit. Oh no! But not because the CEOs are generous all of a sudden. No, they're saying that Americans are no longer buying name brand products, or they're simply not buying products at all. And so to save their price gouging companies, they need to bring prices down a little bit. So I'm not sure what pisses me off more, the fact that you were price gouging, knew we were all suffering, but did it anyway, or that the only reason you're bringing prices down is because Americans don't have shit and they're not buying your products, so you're doing it for only selfish reasons. So I'm going to tell most people here in America, stop buying most name brand products. Make these companies go out of business. Punish them for price gouging. Starbucks CEO says $9 cups of coffee are good because you enjoy the experience. Put Starbucks out of business. Stop buying it. Go get you a $1 cup of coffee at a gas station. Fuck Starbucks. Fast food places jacking up prices. Stop going there. Stop purchasing name brand products. Stop it. They will only start to lower prices again when the dominoes start to fall and they see their empires about to be impacted. Nothing else will make that determination for them. It's
This
the
is
same
a
with your
crazy
vehicles. They
planet.
want to charge you subscription services for everything.
What
Stop
is
buying it.
up?
Out of business. Fuck them. I don't give a shit if Ford goes out of business
Hey, boo,
and
what
is
is
replaced by a
up?
Chinese company at this point. You heard it. And price gouging your entire citizenry into
People going crazy
poverty
out
is
here.
fuck you. Get
You
racist,
said shit.
motherfucker. So the CEOs in America find lower prices or find new jobs. I want to see companies
Hello,
going out
boo.
of
What's
business
up with
left
you?
and right that were price gouging. I want to see
What
them
is
fuck
up,
all
honey?
around and fence our
Hey there,
ears.
boo. What's up with you?
So I'm at the point now where
Hold
I
on
think
one
it's cheap
second.
to go out for dinner. I went to the store tonight. I bought a pack of ground beef, a pack of buns, a bag of potatoes,
There we go.
and a bottle of oil.
How are you doing,
How much things that cost me?
everyone? What's going on?
$50 fucking dollars. $50 for a hamburger dinner. I mean French fries and have hamburgers on the bun.
Crazy
No
planet.
lettuce, no tomato, no cheese, no bacon. Hamburgers, buns, oil, and
Crazy planet. You hear that?
I make pretty good money. Thought I did a good job. I think it'd be cheaper to go out to dinner than to buy hamburgers. Or to make hamburgers and french fries at your own fucking house. Does anyone like the government know that people can't afford to fucking eat?
Can't afford to eat.
We're
They
supposed to live
can't.
off ramen?
They can't afford to eat.
Insanity.
Thank you, boo. MAGA.
This is fucking insanity.
It's fucking insanity.
No jobs available. Nobody hiring. Rent, lights, phone, gas, Wi-Fi, water, groceries, renting in, lights again, water, Wi-Fi. Nobody still hiring. No groceries. Apple, rent, light, phone, gas. But gas for $5 now. $20 ain't gonna get you nowhere from the stove to back home. Rent, water, lights off, reconnection fee. Oh no, reconnection fee. Water, gas, phone, Wi-Fi, rent.
Ooh, America. Ooh, I'm just sitting here with you. Listen, it was a beautiful day today.
Where are you?
It was a beautiful day today.
Gas, water, groceries.
It was a beautiful day today.
Gas, apple, rent, lights, phone. Wanna go out? Can't go out. Rent, lights, still not done.
Rent, apple,
rent, lights, phone,
rent,
gas, Wi-Fi,
rent,
phone,
rent.
apple. I'm irritated.
Poor young people. Young people have been screwed over
I'm active.
by the
For a lot of
boomers.
people, life doesn't even feel that expensive in like a I can't buy cool stuff. anymore.
They
It
have.
feels expensive.
So anyway,
How is basic living this much? Groceries are up, rent is up, insurance is up.
and you know
But somehow
something?
even a quick trip to the store ends up
You just-
costing way more than you expect. People aren't complaining about not being able to buy luxury stuff. They're talking about skipping meals, canceling.
Oh, yeah,
doctor's
people-
appointments, or stressing
oh,
out
yeah.
about it.
I bet you now.
Different level of pressure that we're used to. And what makes it a lot worse is that a lot of these people are working very hard.
People so broke now they can't even afford Goodwill, thrift store. And I bet you they made fun of Goodwill at one point. Woo, we know how the table has turned. You know what I'm saying? People who wore name brand can't afford no brand. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real. Oh no. And the farmers.
$60 more than the federal minimum wage across the United States. And it still is not enough to afford an apartment on my own. And if I can afford an apartment on my own, it will take every last dollar out of my fucking paycheck each and every month. It will take every last dollar to be able to afford to do that and pay for groceries and save up for car maintenance and emergency fund and whatever the fuck I need money for. It will take every last dollar. There will be no room for fucking actually living life.
It's a young
And
man.
I make $11 more than the minimum wage. Minimum wage, if I might remind you, was created to kind of relinquish some of the minimum wage, in case I need to remind you all, was literally created during the Great Depression to create a base rate that you can pay your employers to reduce exploitation, to reduce poverty, and to increase consumer buying power during the Great Depression. What we are living in right now is something 10 times worse than the Great Depression. And it is literally being thrown in our, like, we see it, bro. It is literally, we are being paid double and triple the amount of the federal minimum wage, and it is still not enough to live on your own comfortably. And then on top of that, we have women out here, I'm speaking that from a man perspective, we have women out here that will look at a man or look at this video right now and they'll be like, I don't want to be with him because he's broke. Brother, we live in a time so fucking bad now that women have to start working. Women, it's not optional. Women don't get to choose anymore. To stay at home.
Now, mind you, I want to just throw this part in here, is that I agree with two things, because two things can be, as I said, two things can be true at the same time. And it is, a lot of men are broke because a lot of men are just, before this, men were worthless pieces of shit. Okay, so, but the other part of that truth is that patriarchy has failed men. So patriarchy failed men. I mean, the men that really want to be, you know what I'm saying? College has failed the youth, you know what I'm saying? And, and it's failed women. And it, of course, oppresses women and minorities and blacks and wants to send everybody backwards. So I just want to be clear about that. But that is true. I just said the other day that a lot of y'all that got sugar daddies, y'all better, honey, listen, unless he's rich, if you ain't got no rich sugar daddy, honey, listen, please, let me tell you something. Listen, all I know is going to be a lot of broke hoes. That's all I know. It's going to be a lot of broke hoes, okay? For real. It's going to be a lot, because there's a lot of broke sugar daddies, okay? So if a lot of the middle class married MAGA men, and that goes for women, trans women, and all. They go, whoever the sugar daddy was a sugar daddy too. If he ain't got no job, okay, if he ain't got no money, he can't provide for his own wife, his own kids. He definitely can't provide for no side chick or no side dick either. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are now. So listen, so everybody's getting, Trump has screwed up the hoes. Unless you a high class hoe. If you want to be a hoe, you better be good for a rich man. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because the middle class and the poor was already poor. The poor was already poor. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're young people. I told y'all, young
women
people
actually have to start working because of how terrible it is out here trying to live on your own. You literally have to, there is no more, there isn't, like, bro, nobody can fend for themselves out here making the minimum. The minimum was supposed to be put in place so that we can still afford basic necessities of life. That's literally the fucking point. We are literally supposed to be able to afford the basic necessities of life, and motherfuckers are still homeless. Motherfuckers put in 40 to 60 hours a week and are still can't afford an apartment, let alone a house. Forget a fucking house.
I want y'all to hear this young man's message.
So here's what's gonna happen.
And see him talking. I just told y'all the other day that the young people are mad.
And I'm gonna take what money
and they have a right to be mad.
And I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I
So y'all need to really hear what y'all need to see him.
Frustrated right now. When basic necessities start feeling hard to afford, people naturally start wondering what's actually going on in the economy.
I'll literally never shut up about this shit because it doesn't make sense. I make $11 more than the minimum wage for my state. I make $16 more than the federal minimum wage across the United States. And it still is not enough to afford an apartment on my own. And if I can afford an apartment on my own, it will take every last dollar out of my fucking paycheck each and every month. It will take every last dollar to be able to afford to do that and pay for groceries and save up for car maintenance and emergency fund and whatever the fuck I need money for. It will take every last dollar. There will be no room for fucking actually living life. And I make $11 more than the minimum wage. Minimum wage, if I might remind you, was created to kind of relinquish some of the...
Thank you for the likes.
Minimum wage, in case I need to remind you all, was literally created during the Great Depression to create a base rate that you can pay your employers to reduce exploitation, to reduce poverty, and to increase consumer buying power during the Great Depression. What we are living in right now is something 10 times worse than the Great Depression. And it is literally being thrown in our, like, we see it, bro. It is literally, we are being paid double and triple the amount of the federal minimum wage, and it is still not enough to live on your own comfortably. And then on top of that, we have women out here, I'm speaking that from a man perspective, we have women out here that will look at a man or look at this video right now and they'll be like, I don't want to be with him because he's broke. Brother, we live in a time so fucking bad now that women have to start working.
The only thing I don't like about that is how when black men are talking about women, they say brother. Okay, so if you're into women, then why the fuck do they say brother? And they say it to me too, you know, and I don't like I'm feminine, but it makes more sense than it does. I can't stand when they do. How out of your mouth you gonna say these women don't want your fucking ass because you broke? Not only are you broke, but you're disrespectful. calling women bros. Black men are and the dumb white ones who think they are black or who hang around them thinking it's cool, calling women bros. That is so disrespectful. So they don't want you for that reason too, I'm sure. Not only are you broke, you're disrespectful, and then look how you look, bitch. You know what I'm saying, for real. And that's before before this shit happened. I'm sure you don't dress. Look how you look. You don't look appealing. You don't look appealing. You don't talk appealing. And on top of that, you're broke. But please, women didn't want you before this shit happened. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? And then you call them fucking bro? That's so disrespectful. Black men, I'm telling you, all the ones put up that is mammies. Okay, for real. That's why these are the type of men that would treat women like shit. Not because he's only broke, but because he's disrespectful. He just said, women don't want me because I'm broke. Yeah, one. And two is, look at you calling them bros. That's not fucking. How you think a woman supposed to be fucking attracted to that? That's not. How the fuck is that? They claim, you know what I'm saying, that women aren't this, not that. Well, y'all not gentle. Y'all not gentlemen. If women are not feminine, then y'all not gentlemen. They shouldn't be feminine according to your standards because y'all not gentlemen according to gentlemen standards. Yes, it's dusty behavior. I cannot stand that. He was making a good point, and then he just went off the rail. Off the fucking, just off the rail, as per usual.
Women, it's not optional. Women don't get to choose anymore. Oh, I want to be the stay-at-home, or I want to do that. No, women actually have to start working because of how terrible it is out here.
Mr. Thing, another point that I have. Women have to start working. Start working. Are you fucking? Women have to start working. Did you hear what the fuck he just said? Women have to start. Women have to start working. Now, women give birth to the whole planet. Black women gave birth to the whole earth and every mutant gene on this planet. Are you telling me that you don't consider that work? These men really are misogynistic. He says he's over it. Do you see that? Says I'm over it. I'm over it. No, bitch, women are over it. Women are over it too. And the world is over America. And we're over it. Women are over it. Okay, that's you're over, women are over it. Everything else he's saying was good until he got to that point. Like, why can't you go handle the white man? You know what I'm saying? Why can't black men just go get together and go handle the white man that then took over your fucking land? Okay? Don't worry about what the women will want you after you become conquerors. After you become conquerors and kings as you profess that you are, then women will find you attractive because women that's why white women love their men the most. Only the reject Beckys get the dusty behavior. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, for real. Only. Okay, Becky. Okay, listen. Becky's not worried. Okay, for real. Becky's not worried. So I want y'all go somewhere and do something to make black women want you and to also to continue to birth you. Because the message is clear that women don't even want to birth you no more, and they shouldn't. Oh yeah, they call women all types of men. All types of men. All types of men. All types. I can't stand. I'm sorry. I just got that part just kind of threw me off.
Trying to live on your own. You literally have to. There is no more. There is like, bro. Nobody can fend for themselves out here making the minimum.
That's true.
The minimum was supposed to be put in place so that we can still afford basic necessities of life. That's literally the fucking point. We are literally supposed to be able to afford the basic necessities of life.
Now that is true.
Are still homeless.
Well, we're not supposed to be afford nothing.
Hours a week and are still can't afford an apartment.
The fact is that I have to make a correction here too. Is that affording is not actually how Mother Earth planned for this to be. That is a systematic thing. That is a patriotic system corruption. Mother Earth provided everything that we need. We ought not be paying for water that comes from the sky for free. We ought not be paying for more than half of the inventions of what we use in America was invented by a black woman or a black man. The electricity, the cell phone, the email. We could list all these things that were created by black men and women. Okay. That been music, all that shit. Okay, so paying paying, for in a system is not really the plan of the land. That wasn't the plan for this land. Just to be technical. Just to be technical. Okay, but if you're gonna just be conquered as a race, if black people gonna just sit back and just be slaves, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to be is slaves, while you got other people that's invaded our land and had our people enslaved over 400 years plus. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you want to do? And you asking for fair wage on your land. I want you to listen to this. You're asking for fair wage. You asking for someone who don't belong on your land to pay you, okay? When you already know they want to enslave you, okay? They want to enslave you. Look at what's going on everywhere. So the issue is y'all sitting there begging these people to stop. They are not going to stop unless they're made to stop. Understand this. They're not going to stop unless they are made. The word made is very important. Made to stop. Not beg to stop. Not asked to stop. Made to stop.
Let alone a house. Forget a fucking house. An apartment, bro. So here's what's gonna happen. I do not give a shit no more, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna take the money I make, bro, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with it, bro. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I wanna get that meal, bro, from that fast food meal, or I wanna go and eat something nice one day. I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit. I wanna make a mod on my car and always have the cool little toy car that I've always wanted since I was a kid. I'm gonna fucking make it into that. I don't give a fuck about what am I doing this for? We doing all of this shit just to have no time for ourselves, not be paid enough to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and then to possibly just die one day randomly from overstress, overworking, and it not being worth a damn. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm over it. Like, am I tripping, bro? Please, bro. I need someone to tell me that I'm not tripping because this shit drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, today and my check is gone. I mean, like, gone. I did my budget and I don't even have enough money to get through the first of the month. The worst part is I don't know.
Oh my Lord. Oh Lord.
So when I was struggling with
those nails are
my
done, honey.
medication, I just prayed. I was like, Jesus,
Oh Lord.
oh God. Thank you for doing it. Like, I'm not
Becky.
Are they gonna ship my nephew
Becky. No more McDonald's and cheese. No McDonald's and cheese. No McDonald's and cheese.
That seems to be
No McDonald's and cheese.
really hard.
No McDonald's and cheese.
Before worrying about money would have been a completely
Oh,
different
looking like a Big Mac. Oh, no more Big Macs. Oh.
I'm straight up not having a good time right now. I am struggling to not wanna every fucking week, okay? I'm fucking tired of living in this stupid ass fucking country. I'm tired of everything being $1 million. I feel lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
All I have the energy to do is go to work and go home and go to bed. So I hate it here.
One thing you see all over the internet right now is that people are just drained.
They're
Not
drained.
dramatic, just genuinely tired. It feels like people are working non-stop, but the life they're working towards keeps getting further and further away. Buying a house
At an older gentleman's house, right? He fucking was just standing outside in the yard just waiting for me. I don't know why people keep doing that shit. Anyways, regardless, he was a nice gentleman, so I'm gonna try not to rip into like what he was saying so badly. But bro, he was basically explaining, like we just started talking about how his neighbors all look out for each other and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, that's community and shit like that. And you know, that's cool to have. And then he was just talking about how he bought his first house and shit like that. And I have this habit of letting older people just like yap or whatever. I don't know. I just let them yap. But he just kept on going on and on. And he just ended up talking about how he bought his first house for $15,000. And I was like, first of all, he's been retired for 29 years, right? And that's what he said. I was like, yeah, you got out at the right time or whatever. That's great.
I mean, my thing
and
is
he
also
was talking about how
speaking
he
of
used
this.
to work-
Listen, let's stop it right there. Stop it right. He's talking about women don't want him because he's broke because of the system, which is true at this point. But that's before Trump. If you walked around looking like this, y'all look at this. Only look at that. Only a nasty reject, big buck, six back, a field with fucking vegetable oil on sides, both sides, all sides of her hip, would want to get with something like this. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking? See appearance? Yes, and look at the lips. Like, okay, who gonna kiss those lips? Come on now. No, come on now. Y'all gotta do better. Come on, for real. And you think that, and somebody like gay would want, well, yeah, again, that's not, yeah, well, some of them maybe. Yeah, some of them maybe too desperate ass too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. What in the world? Look at that. Look at that, huh? Cuckabugs. Back in my day, they called them cuckabugs. When a man let his mustache look like this one, we call them cuckabugs. You see cuckabugs. You see cuckabugs let's see, all up in there. You see cuckabugs. Look at that. What in the world? And a woman don't. To my women don't want him because he broke. Women don't want you to look. Look how you look. Anyway, that's just a side note.
work for like the railroad or something or all this other shit, whatever. And he was like, I don't know if they're still in business. I was like, I don't know if they are in business. They probably don't pay as much as they used to in today's economy.
And
whatever.
He's cute. Here's the thing about it
he
is,
was talking to me about how
he's not an ugly man. So I'm not saying he's ugly. Okay, I want to be clear about that because he actually is very nice looking. So I want to be clear about that. He's got nice skin, clear, but his appearance, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what in the hell? And maybe this was a bad day, you know what I'm saying, but I just seen the doubt. Like, this how a lot of them walking around looking and talking about a woman don't want. I mean, my thing is, if you was going to say something about a woman not wanting you, wait till you look good. Wait till you shave and look good and look like, you know what I'm saying? Then say something about them. Because right now, you're not presenting enough to talk about that. Just talk about the economy. Keep talking about that. Don't talk about why a woman don't want you. You know what I'm saying? For real. Go deal with the men who made the system hard for men. Don't blame women. And why didn't y'all? A lot of men voted against women, okay, including black men. So go get with the black MAGA men, okay? Okay, go deal with them motherfuckers who voted against their own people and the women of our culture and race. Go get with them.
Like he bought his first house for $15,000 and sold it for $18,000, and then he was like, I bought my next house for $20,000 and sold it for fucking 25 or something like that. I'm just making up numbers, but the point is, like, bro, how the fuck do you expect us to sit here and be so jolly about working every day when you motherfuckers were out there back in 19, whatever the fuck, buying a house off of your 40 hours per week, mind you, only 40 hours per week, your one full-time job, making
I agree with
enough
this.
to buy a house. The motherfucker gonna ask me if I have a house, if
I agree with
pays,
this.
Enough in things of that nature. If I have a house, I was like, no, I don't have a house. How do you expect me exactly to have a house working at Amazon? Not in a, sir, I can't even rent an apartment. I can't even get a fucking apartment.
Well, that's probably why.
A house,
well, maybe that's
bro.
why I can't
I'm getting
shave.
so fucking irritated because I just keep on doing this shit every day, thinking that it's ever going to change. I'm not going to afford a fucking house, my nigga, for $15,000. Fuck is you talking about? And then he was talking about some shit like,
yeah.
After a couple of houses, of flipping houses or whatever, he sold this house and
That's
then he
true.
bought a townhome.
Now, this part's
and
true.
It was a lot higher of a price. It was like $100-something thousand. He bought a townhome or whatever. I was like, oh, you must be renting that out to people because that sounds like a lot of an expensive thing to buy. He was like, no, I lived in it. And I'm like, oh, that's great. That's cool. That's really fucking great. Guess how much that same townhouse probably goes for today? I'm talking to y'all now. I have no fucking idea. But like, bro, I'm so sick of this shit. Bro, I'm so sick of it. And then after that, he was like, I sold that townhouse and I moved to this house that I'm currently at, this ranch, and we just built it. We fixed it up and things of that nature over the years and stuff like that. That's where he currently lives right now. And then after he said that, I was like, oh, I'm trying to get like you one day. That's so cool. And he was like, there's ways. There's ways to do it. There's alternatives. And I'm in my head, I'm just thinking, yeah, there is fucking ways. Raise the fucking pay wages and lower the price of everything. You goddamn pieces of shit. Somebody please do the math on how long it would take.
I told you these young people gonna
accumulate
honey.
enough to buy a house in today's day and age, working 40 hours a week on the minimum wage that we are currently at under this administration. And honestly, the last few administrations, it's not like the minimum wage has fucking gotten so much higher. It's not like it's not, even if it has gotten higher, it's not like the cost of living hasn't gotten higher. So it doesn't even fucking matter. But somebody please, because I ain't doing all the math right now because I'm at work. Somebody please leave in the comment section how long it would take you to accumulate that amount of money to buy a fucking house off of one full-time 40-hour per week job, making minimum wage in 2026. Somebody please tell me. Not renting
You're
an apartment.
You're not.
Not rent out a house.
Not under Trump.
That,
you're not.
Buy a fucking house.
You're not.
Somebody please fucking tell me.
You're not.
I can barely even buy a fucking car. What are you talking about?
Come on.
15K.
Come on
what
now.
What are you talking about, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless it's a fucking beater.
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky. I got blessed to buy my car for under 15K. Fuck are we talking? And it's like, bro, this is further goes to show that, and I'm not trying to harp on him specifically. I'm talking about the generations that are older us as a whole. It's like they never thought about the next generations. They took the time period that they were living in, which was honestly a blessing for them. They took the time period that they were living in, they capitalized on it, and then they never prepared for the next generation to come into a working fucking world, a working system, bro. It's like there's a disconnect, bro. These older motherfuckers, the reason why nothing's changing is because they don't even know that there's a difference. They don't give a shit. They're already retired. They've already lived their life. They don't give a fuck if you get to experience your 20s or not, bro. Man, let me get back to work, bro.
All right. That's right.
People are charging $1,000 a month to rent rooms in their home. $1,000 a month to rent a room.
$1,000. $1,000.
Bro, what the fuck we gonna do? The cost of living has gotten out of hand, and y'all buy a house, man. Everybody that I know that owns a house tells me don't buy no fucking house. They hate that shit. Between property taxes going the fuck up, insurance going the fuck up, niggas having to fix roofs. Is that what it is? Having to fix their roof and shit. Everybody I know that got a goddamn house tell me don't buy no goddamn house. They say at least you call a maintenance man. But dead ass, what the fuck we gonna do about the rising cost of living? Because what you mean you charge people $1,000? You got 3 rooms in your house, you're charging them $1,000.
Exactly.
Gonna live there.
Exactly.
This shit is sad. Like my son.
The same thing the system does.
Couple of years,
the same thing the system does.
And this is the world he has to live in?
Yes. MAGA. Thanks to MAGA. Thank you, MAGA.
Weird.
Thank you,
The
MAGA.
conversation keeps coming up is because people feel like wages just aren't.
Like here and there to the bar, to the club. It's getting more and more packed, even though no one can afford shit. Gas is through the roof. You know, everyone talks about how they can't get a job, they can't save money. But the bars and clubs are packed. And they're more packed now than they've ever been.
With rich people.
That's how I know we're fucked. Because the people that are going, they don't care. You know, I'm going because I don't care. You know, I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't give a fuck how much money I spend because it doesn't matter anymore.
Don't matter.
The amount of money you save won't ever be enough to buy a house, to rent a house.
Don't matter.
Fucking matter. Right?
Don't matter.
And everyone
it
else,
don't matter.
There's gonna be a few people that are doing well, obviously, but most people
that the rich don't care. The rich are richer
because they want to have a little bit of fun.
The rich get richer and the poor gets poorer.
Even if you didn't go to the club,
the
or
rich
bar that
get
weekend,
richer and the poor gets poorer.
Like, what are you gonna do? Just sit at home?
The rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer.
What the fuck is that gonna do in the grand scheme of things, right? So that's how I know that we're fucked.
Just get a second job. Okay, so you're already working
Ooh,
40 hours
Lord.
a week. You're already stressed out. And
Honey,
you're already
Jesus,
not making enough.
Listen, the stress that went to her eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows. Woo, Lord. I bet you black men love her. I bet you black men love this. Oh my God, honey, listen, those brows. Look, what the hell is going? What in the world is going on, honey? Listen, look out! Watch those brows, honey. Watch the brows.
And then the solution is to just work more. Like, at what point does that become your whole life then? Because even if you do get a second job, that's not stability, that's survival. Because at that point, you're not actually building anything, you're just spending more time trying to stay afloat. And the reason this advice bothers me so much is because it's sidestepping the actual question, which is, why doesn't one full-time job cover a basic life anymore? That's the part that nobody actually wants to answer, and instead we just keep telling people to work more and act like that's a solution. And honestly, I don't want to spend my whole life just trying to keep up. I want to actually be building towards something.
I think that one of the most frustrating things for me, and I think for a lot of people in this current time that we're living in, is feeling like a failure when we really shouldn't have to feel like a failure. Like, I went to college, I got my master's degree, I got a good job after college. Why am I having to worry about essential things like paying rent, paying for food, paying for clothes, paying for gas, let alone thinking about buying a house or supporting a family? Like, that feels impossible to me today, when someone in my position 10 to 15 years ago would feel so comfortable and wouldn't have to worry about the next paycheck and would be living like in a perfectly comfortable life. It's so extremely frustrating. Like, I have the job and I still like can barely afford to do things for myself that I want to do. I'm always thinking about the next paycheck that's coming in and what I have to pay for. And then I think about the people who aren't in my position and maybe don't have a job and maybe have families and how much they must be struggling right now. And it's extremely unfair. Like, I can't believe that this is the time that we're living in. This is like what I hoped for in my life. I hope to have a job like this, and it's not supporting a comfortable life for me, and I feel like a failure.
No, it's
The
a
problem
system.
with America isn't that we are just living above our means. The problem is that everything is more expensive. So I took a look at my own finances just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Sure, I could
The
lower
money
my
ain't
1 gig
enough,
internet
as
every
child,
month down and
no.
save about 30, let's just say $40. Sure, I can get by without my Crunchyroll account and an extra $15 that I spend on Netflix, Disney, and Hulu Plus and ESPN. Sure, I don't need Apple Music. I can save $12 that I have with a family plan for me and my wife. Sure, I don't have to eat out as much, even though that cost is just going to go to the grocery bill, so there's no savings there. And sure, there's probably some miscellaneous things that I'm missing that I could save money on. Like, I have a collection here. Sure, I don't have to collect my Funko Pops that are like, what, $10 a piece. After doing all the math, it's somewhere around about $900 and something a year that I could save. Let's just double that, and I'll even round it out to $2,000 even. Ideally, what am I doing with that money? This is not life-changing money. This is $2,000. It won't even pay my rent for the month. This isn't even enough money to put a down payment on a house. I would need to save like that for 5 years to even think about buying a house. Now, mind you, I'm not enjoying life at this point. I'm going to work and coming home, and I can't even watch my favorite shows because I don't have a Crunchyroll, I don't have a Netflix, I don't have a Hulu, an ESPN account. I don't have any of that. My Wi-Fi is slower because I decided to save on that. I'm not eating out, and to have any type of savings on that, I would literally have to start eating like a dog. My meals would literally have to be rice, beans, vegetables, chicken, eggs, and ground beef for the rest of my life. So no, we are not living above our means. Everything is just more expensive. Sure, we can save money here and there, but it's not enough to take away the luxuries of life. You're not saving enough money for you to just magically be able to change your life. So can we just stop with this? But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Modern life honestly feels like one giant list of payments. Rent, car insurance, phone bill.
Gas fluctuates all the time. You should not be struggling financially the way that the majority of us are struggling. Yes, there are some people who have, bad spending habits. They don't know how to manage their money right. That's perfectly fine. However, in 2026, we are all literally fighting to survive, okay? We are fighting to survive. It's not anymore like, oh, you just go here and you make a little bit of money and you can prosper. No, because the money that you get from one job is only good enough usually to pay 60% of your bills. What about the other 40? What if your lights get cut off? What if you can't use Wi-Fi? What if your car breaks down and you can't afford to fix it? Don't let these fucking goofy ass motherfuckers, well, I did it like this and you can do it like that, and blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of them have a lot of resources that they will not tell you about because that completely removes them from the struggle. A lot of people think struggling is cool. No, it's not. It's fucking dumb. And for you to be coming from a well-to-do situation and try to put yourself into a struggle to be relatable or be cool, you're a piece of shit and I should slap the fuck out of you. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for struggling. Shit bad out here. Keep your fucking head up. Keep your head above water.
All right now.
Try something new. Because this is some old bullshit they got us doing out here right now.
I think if you've been rich for a while or you're making multiple six figures for a while, I think you forget just how painful it is to be paycheck to paycheck or broke. And you've also never been paycheck to paycheck post-COVID. There's a very big difference between being paycheck to paycheck in 2005 compared to 2026.
Thank y'all for the
A lot of people
likes.
are waking up in the morning to their alarm and their first thought isn't, ooh, I can't wait for coffee. It's what bills do I have today? I'm so stressed out. Let me check my banking app. I have to go to work. When they get in their car and they notice their car is on empty, it's not just a mild convenience that they have to stop. It is, I wasn't prepared to spend $40 today on gas. How am I going to afford this? Then they commute to work. They go up in the office and they find out that everyone's collecting a few dollars for Jenny's birthday party. And you're like, oh, I love Jenny. Let me give some money. Then your friends at lunch at work go, hey, do you want to go get a smoothie or go get a salad? And you want to go, but you can't get that moment of pleasure because you can't spend the $12 on the salad. So you have to just eat the granola bar alone at your work because you can't spend the money. Then you commute home stressed about your day, stop at the grocery store. You have to open up your banking app and you have to see how much money is left. So instead of walking in thinking about the smiles on your kid's face or your spouse's face of what you're going to make like someone with money does, you have to go through and bargain shop of what you can afford that day to make dinner so that you have to calculate the money, cash out, and then go home and make dinner. Then you're doing all your family stuff. You're still thinking about the bills. You're paying shit. Then you finally get in bed at 9 p.m. and you get a text message from your best friend in a group. Great news, girl. Throwing my 30th birthday in Fort Lauderdale in 2 months. Can't wait to see you. Instead of initially being like, oh my God, can't wait. You're looking on it. You're looking like, what outfits am I going to get? What hotel are we staying in? Oh, I'm going to look at my flights. You're instantly, your stomach, your heart drops to your stomach because you can't afford to go. So now you have to try to figure out over the next 2 months, how do I save $1,000 to do this? Or do I put it on a credit card and screw myself over? Or do I have to walk with my tail between my legs as a 30-something person and say, I can't afford the $1,000? That is just one day. And I think people need to have a little bit more empathy. Before you say, oh, if you don't make enough money, go do something else. This is the average American. These are people making $40,000 to $70,000. You can't just have everybody fucking quit their job. 150 million people who make that kind of money. This is what America costs now. And this is the psychological warfare that is happening. So we have to give people a little credit and a little empathy that they are going through a very hard time and they're trying to figure it out, but they're doing their best.
You know times are tough when the thugs and the gangbangers are resorting to couponing. The fact that I'm standing in the store, somebody who I know is about the street life for real, I iced out all over. They smell like paraphernalia. If you catch my drift, talking about, hold on, let me open up the Ibotta app. Then gonna say every penny counts, right? Do you know how much of an economic crisis we are in for a thug to have Ibotta on their phone? The stuff is getting real interesting. The suburban moms are out here stealing. They put I would have never thought it. I would have never thought it. You stepping out of a $100,000 vehicle that Chad paid the lease up for a whole year, and you up there stealing. And they got you on camera. They're just waiting for you to come back again. Times are tough.
I don't know if this is kind of a mean or fucked up thing to say, but every time I see
That's
a
right.
in the wild in this day,
That's
and age,
right.
I'm like,
They said that
why
black
are you
people
even here right
steal.
now?
Oh yeah,
was the fucking-
yeah. They said that black people steal, and black people do steal. But guess what, honey? We know who steals the most. I know who steal the most because I worked in retail a part of my life. Okay, so yeah, we go see who gonna be criminals now. We go see who gonna be stealing now. We go see who gonna be breaking their own laws now, just like Trump, breaking his own laws. Yeah, we gonna see who now. Yeah. So many people had so much to say about everything about about black people and yeah. Your food stamps been cut off now. Your farms are being bankrupt now. Your farms are being shut down now. Nobody's working your farms now. That's right. Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi. Oh y'all, yeah, Southern. Oh y'all, yeah. We can't find nobody. Got nobody come work our farms out here. Man, big balls ain't got nobody come work our farm, boys. I don't know what we gonna do down here, boss. Yeah. You go ahead. Yeah, you voted for it. Yeah.
Point and being born right now, like, bro, you missed everything. You literally missed everything. Like, you're never gonna know a world before AI. The adults that you're gonna look up to when you grow up, their brains are gonna be fucking atrophied from years of fucking chat GPT use.
Oh yes.
From years of chat GPT, what should I have for dinner tonight? Those are the adults that you're gonna look up to. That you're gonna have to look up to when you grow up. Your current doctor, future heart surgeon, is using chat GPT to cheat on his fucking test.
Yes.
Like, you're so fucking cooked.
Yes.
What is the point?
Yeah, how about that? What he just said. Doctors are using doctors, that's right, doctors are using chat GPT to cheat on medical tests. Yeah, I said, you heard what he said. Doctors are using chat GPT to cheat on medical tests. Oh,
And being born right now. I'm so serious. And if you're having kids right now, why? Genuinely, for why? Like, what do you think your kid is gonna have to look forward to? Like, maybe I'm just being a pessimist.
No.
But like, and I'm thinking of the fucking babies, man. Like, you missed everything. You missed Flo Rida's debut. You missed Katy Perry's Teenage Dream. Like, you missed LMFAO. You missed when the internet was kind of fun for a little bit. You missed everything. Like, oh my God.
Why would I try to save for a home or children right now? Am I going to be looking at my life when I'm like 50 or 60, finally purchasing my first home and thinking that it was worth spending all of my 20s having almost zero fun to save every dollar I have to buy this home? Am I going to look around at the wooden box around me and think that it was worth having zero life experiences because all I had to do was save money for this house? No. And I don't think most other people think that way either. Especially when I'm still going to be paying a mortgage that's basically the same as paying rent anyway. Oh, but it's an asset that'll increase in value over time. Increase in value over the 20 years left I have in my fucking lifespan? Like, no, I think I'm gonna drink this coffee and this beer and enjoy a concert with my friends or something with the little time I have left.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
You guys are extremely critical of us now when we have not even been given one single chance.
Listen to this.
One single chance to fix the shit that our ancestors did.
What?
I'm sorry, what? You haven't been given one single chance?
Thank you.
Telling black people to get off our necks? Like what? Take away being held accountable for the things that we benefit from?
That's right.
Through absolutely no action on our part? Like, we were just handed all of this privilege and we can't be in any way responsible or accountable for it? Content like this is gaslighting at best, harmful and violent in reality. What have you done, babe? Like, in your personal spaces, what have you done that you did not physically harm a black person?
My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm? My family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
There's actually a knowable answer to that question.
And gang, slavery was so bad, I don't even know how the fuck we still cool with white people right now.
That's
You know,
right.
I'm probably
That's right.
the least qualified
That's right.
person to talk about this shit, but most people might look at what he said and think, oh my God, why is he mad about something that happened 200 years ago, dude? Get over it. The truth is, it's not actually about 200 years ago. It's about what never healed. Most people might look at the video that he made and say, oh my God, slavery ended almost 2 centuries ago. Why are people still angry? Here's the truth, dog, okay? Trauma does not disappear just because the calendar moves. Trauma gets passed down in families the same way eye color and height does.
That's right.
Ever notice how most white people are very silent about racism? They're quiet about calling it out when they see it, They refuse to talk about it in everyday life, but then proceed to say, yeah, I treat everybody the same.
That's right.
I'm not racist. You know, I love everybody. When they see injustices, when oppression cannot be ignored, they manage to do just that.
Gang, slavery was so bad. I don't even know how the fuck we still cool white people right now.
That's right.
You know, I'm probably the least qualified person to talk about this shit, but most people might look at what he said and think, oh my god, why is he mad about something that happened 200 years ago, dude? Get over it. The truth is, it's not actually about 200 years ago. It's about what never healed. Most people might look at the video that he made and say, oh my god, slavery ended almost 2 centuries ago. Why are people still angry? Here's the truth, dog, okay? Trauma does not disappear just because the calendar moves. Trauma gets passed down in families the same way eye color and height does. A grandma teaches her son how to survive in a world that treated her like she was less than human.
That's right.
That son teaches his child. The fear, the resentment, the distrust, it becomes culture when society never truly fixed the root. This is the truth, okay? White families, broadly speaking, get to pass down land, wealth, property, business, safety. Black families, again, broadly speaking, pass down survival skills, trauma, how to avoid getting killed by the police talks, pain, distrust. That's not 200 years ago. That's yesterday for them. That's yesterday for them.
That's right.
Do you understand? Bro, to be honest, and I could be wrong about this, I feel like the anger is not really about white people. It's about the system. Most black people don't actually hate individual white people. What they resent is the system that benefited white people, disadvantaged black people, and never fully corrected the imbalance. Put it like this, right? It's like if someone robbed your family for 10 generations and then said, let's forget about it, it's in the past. Meanwhile, they're still living in the house that they stole. That's
right.
what it feels like.
That's right. That's
the
right.
other thing too, bro, is that America never apologized, healed, or repaired. The trauma wasn't just slavery. It was 100 years of legal segregation, banning black people from schools, jobs, neighborhoods, restaurants, public areas, banning interracial marriage, lynching, redlining, which for those of you that don't know, it pretty much means blocking wealth, mass incarceration, police brutality, and pretending it's a history issue instead of a current structure that manifested in different ways in modern times. White immigrants came to America and got loans, neighborhoods, business assistance. You know what black Americans got? Good luck.
You would stop
Oh no! Oh Lord, here we
Screws
go.
left over.
Yeah, more corporate commercials with the.
To excuse being so flippant with the reality that black people find themselves in today because of white people, your forefathers, my forefathers. I also heard a lot of centering of yourself, centering your whiteness and your kind heart, and asking why black people can't see that. What I didn't see was any action, any ideas, any thoughts, and certainly any evidence of the fact that you've done anything in those 30 years to try to change the trajectory of being black in our country. You were asking black people to give you examples of where you can be an ally and a supporter. Why is that their problem? You need to be going out and finding those opportunities to use your spaces and your privilege to change the course of blackness in our country. I would love to hear from you what you say in a braai amongst white people like yourself, where it inevitably goes to black economic empowerment and how sad everybody is that their husbands were passed up for an opportunity. I want to hear what you say then, because that is an example of the type of place where you need to speak up. Not standing here creating content that centers you. If you are so open-minded and so ready to mend bridges and tell black people that they should stop being hurt by the history that got them to this point today, and that they should stop aiming any hurt at white people, then what are you doing to drive that? How are you advocating for equality?
That's right.
How are you speaking about equity? What institutions you're a part of, what organizations you support, how you show up in the world, and then we can have this conversation. But this is unsubstantiated and surface level and incredibly unkind.
History is teaching white Americans how white slave owners raped, beat, humiliated, mutilated, murdered, and cannibalized their slaves. Accurate history is teaching that George Washington's false teeth were made out of his slaves' teeth. Accurate history is teaching that Abraham Lincoln may have said some words and signed some shit, but he did not physically do anything to free the slaves. The white abolitionists also often get almost total credit for freeing the slaves. I bet you've never even asked yourself what the slaves were doing to free themselves, and the answer to that is most of the fucking work, including giving the ultimatum of war. But then we get a bunch of white people mad that their kids might feel guilty if we teach real history. It's not about your white child's feelings. Teaching accurate history isn't about white people's feelings, but that does sound like something that someone who's only ever been taught a white glorifying version of history would counter with. Ask why we ever felt like we needed to curate a false version of what white people did and did not do to black people to begin with. And then ask yourself why white ass politicians are verbally attacking real history by calling it slurs, which is by default also the act of calling black people slurs.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard to be surprised by how absurdly evil the US operates if you have like a real functioning knowledge of chattel slavery. And this is not a dig, like people are actively barred from better education and the totality of the horrors of chattel slavery because it allows them to like obfuscate how uniquely evil it was. This is one of the reasons why white separatists and Christian nationalists and conservatives love to bring up like, oh, there was already a slave trade, Africans were selling Africans, Arabs were selling Africans. Like, yes, there was an Arabic slave trade, there was an African slave trade, but they were not the same as the US's. They know that, which is why they're nostalgic for the time. A lot of people don't realize one of the reasons why race relations in the US isn't muddied the way that it is in Europe or in other colonies that they had is because we had no pathway to personhood. That was a unique quality of American slavery. Every other place had a path to citizenship or personhood. You could buy your way into freedom. You could breed your way into freedom. That's how we get like the mulatto. This was big in Spanish and Portuguese colonies. If you bred out enough African, you would be freed. If you married out, like in Brazil or in Portuguese colonies, you would be free. No such thing existed here. It was the one drop rule. That matters. It's one of the reasons why historically I don't see why we use like BIPOC language because it's not about everybody else. And this isn't like in a good way, but it's the reality. Like the US is very much still reconciling with a black-white racial conflict. The rest of y'all are collateral. That sounds mean, but it's the truth. And history shows us that because even amongst its other enslaving white counterparts, the US was still amongst their contemporaries regarded as a uniquely evil form of enslaver. Very stringent race relations, and all of it is contemporary. We are living in derivatives and replications of the plantation every day, and I'm thinking about it a lot because seeing these people be like extrajudiciously deported, whether or not they're citizens, whether or not they're here legally, borders aren't real. I don't care about them, but you get what I mean. This like no tolerance policy of the other is like really fascinating if you know like how much work it took to maintain the power of whiteness. The fact that post enslavement, after the Reconstruction period, they had to restructure what whiteness was because of their numbers, and it's the racial anxieties accompanied by white folks' fear of black retaliation that led to them subsuming other groups that were not considered white into their own as a self-preservation tactic. This is where we see them giving the Irish and the Italians and the Jewish people a chance to like audition into whiteness to bulk their numbers. And this is something they've been thinking about for a long time. It's why the Great Replacement theory is literally the bedrock of conservatism. This is just a contemporary version of white enslavers being absurdly cruel and then writing in their diaries about how they fear about being killed by their like slaves at night. This is just that with Google. But one of the other reasons why they make sure that people don't know the full scope of chattel slavery in the American context is to see like where it was failed otherwise when people would try to replicate it elsewhere. After the Civil War, tens of thousands of white enslavers took their plantations, uprooted them, and placed them in Brazil because, not so fun fact I guess, Brazil was the last in the West to abolish slavery. They didn't get rid of it until 1888. They were also the colony with the most enslaved Africans total. This is why the largest black population outside of the continent of Africa is Brazil. When these white enslavers got there, again, fleeing having to get rid of their plantations,
plantations. They wrote endlessly about how homesick they were, not just because of things like the climate and the fact that they weren't allowed to fully replicate the same plantations. Like, for instance, a lot of them wanted to grow cotton. You can't do that in a subtropical climate like Brazil. But explicitly, their biggest gripe with Brazil was with its race relations, because they had a free black population. Because Brazil, a Portuguese colony, was one where you could breed out blackness, you could buy out of enslavement. There was a path to citizenship. They were considered people there, and that was something white enslavers physically couldn't conceive of. It's quite literally what led to tens of thousands of them coming back to the States. A few successfully settled there. That's how you get the town of Americana in Brazil. That's how you get this like ethnic group considered the Confederados, which are the descendants of these previously enslavers who then started to mix with the local, Brazilian population over time. And one of the reasons why the Confederados and Americana settlement is at the top of my mind is that when these tens of thousands of homesick, like middle class, they weren't like the most wealthy, but semi-wealthy white enslavers were done with their like Brazilian project, they petitioned the US to help subsidize their travel back because they spent all their money trying to replicate their plantations in Brazil. And the US did! Like, the US literally helped pay to repatriate these enslavers back to the States, specifically back to the South. And it's this knowledge that blows my mind all the time, where it's like, my tax dollars, your tax dollars are being used to send people wherever the fuck this administration wants them to go. And this is the same country that was like paying out reparations to white enslavers for loss of product and income. The same country that, when after a civil war had tens of thousands of defectors leave to maintain slavery, they helped pay to bring back. That's this country's legacy. That's why I always say the US is profoundly unique in its evil. Our race relations are very clear. This is not like a brown, black, like melting pot struggle. This is all about reminding black people our ultimate place, which is as being a proprietary force for white America. And everyone else is essentially just collateral. You have to get everyone else out because they are amongst us. But also, if there are less of the brown, less groups in between us, it'll be much easier to legislate and navigate a white-black racial caste system, which is why they are deeply nostalgic for the American past, because uniquely speaking, within the context of transatlantic slavery, we were the ones with the harshest, most violent race politics. And that's what they are seeking again. Race relations is the very reason why our left politics is considered the right in Europe. This country is soulless for a reason. And this isn't to say that Europe didn't have its problems. Again, they are the reason we had these colonies. They're a reason that many people speak Spanish, that a quarter of the world is francophone, by folks who should have never heard about a pope have Catholic names. But ultimately, this is just the pot of racial violence and terror boiling over finally post-Civil War. Because it's not enough that they didn't like punish the South. They were like actively rewarding them, giving them positions of power and telling them to just replicate what they needed quietly. And that's what happened. And we're living in the after of that. And I think if more people had a better education about the totality of chattel slavery in the American context, they would be less occupied with like preserving the perceived soul of the country and more interested in, after this shit burns down, what can we build that's better? I've been begging y'all to get woke on transatlantic slavery for so long, and Reconstruction specifically for so long for this purpose. Because the black folks who were allowed to have this education, like, we knew time was a ticking, and the time is now.
Yep. There we are. The time is now. The time is now. Yes, it is. The time is now.
The line is
The time is now. The time is now. Hold on one second. This commercial. Get this stupid commercial. You know, I guess I didn't watch this corporate greed. And then they have another to make me watch another corporate greed commercial. Oh, look, they showing black and white again. Oh, Lord. Look at them. Do you see that, y'all? Look at the commercial. I ain't seen a black and white commercial in so long. Oh, hell no. They really trying to, and look. Oh, they are really trying to take us back, huh? This is a commercial, y'all. What the entire fuck? Did you see that? This, like, I love the black and white TV. Don't get me wrong, but no, what the fuck? Oh no, I had
People are very silent about racism. They're quiet about calling it out when they see it.
They're trying to go back
They refuse to talk
black and
about
white.
it in everyday life, but then proceed to say, yeah, I treat everybody the same. I'm not racist. You know, I love everybody. When they see injustices, when oppression cannot be ignored, they manage to do just that. Pretend like it's not happening. For their comfort. When you don't speak up on something,
They're
when
happy
you
about
pretend
it.
it's not as big of an issue as
No,
it
they're
actually
happy about
is.
it.
When you say, I'm a good person, you know, I treat everybody the same. So what these
No,
other
they
white people
don't.
are doing to harm and oppress other people has nothing to do with me, so I can stay quiet and just allow it to happen. That is prioritizing your comfort over justice. That is what's keeping this whole system that white people designed alive. This whole racial hierarchy and you are scared of rejection from other white people, if you're scared to talk about these things, if you're scared to be vocal, if you're scared for people to cut off contact with you or to remove you from a friend on social media, if you're scared to be scapegoated yourself, you are fully responsible for keeping the system alive. The injustices that people of color experience are your fault, just like the rest of the majority of white people. You are not better than someone who is racist themselves because you allow
That's
it.
right. That's right.
You allow it. And if every single one of us that claims to not be racist went and took a stand, became vocal, didn't hide to protect themselves. There was uproars when a rich white person was just let go with a warning when they committed a hate crime, and we made big deals about these things because we genuinely cared. It wouldn't happen anymore. We held racist people accountable. If none of us tolerated it, no, the ones that said they're not racist, if we didn't tolerate other racists, I think we can end this whole racial hierarchy thing going on. We held cops and judges accountable. We punished hate crimes to the fullest extent. If we had a zero tolerance policy for racism, every racist person was blasted online by other white people. We took a stand and said we are no longer enabling other white people just because we don't want to be rejected by them. I think that this country could look a lot different. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to do anything.
That's
they want to
right.
pretend like they're doing something. They want to pretend like they care. But everybody moves about with their ego in mind. Everything is me, me, me. What will happen to me if I do this? What will happen to me if I'm vocal? What will happen to me if I'm an outcast? Who cares? Who cares if you're scapegoated? Who cares if you're an outcast? Do what's right. I just can't stand how weak people are.
How bad
All
is
right now.
slavery, Daisy? How bad?
It couldn't be any worse there. I just keep trying to tell you. Can anything be any worse when a white man was having
Hey,
children
mama,
by the
how you
Negro
doing?
slave
Boo, boo,
women
boo, boo, boo,
and then
boo.
putting them up for sale on the block? Putting them, my father, they wanted to sell my father for a breeder for $12,000 when he was 12 years old. And old Golden, John Golden was the rich planter. He wouldn't sell him for that. This lady that was in this room this morning is from New Orleans, one of the women. Just this past 2 weeks, she found this picture of my father down in New Orleans, and she's bringing it to me now. I'm going to have a copy of it, of my father.
Great. What regiment did he fight in, Daisy?
1st New Jersey Cavalry. When he ran away, my father was on the plantation working for his master, and he with 27 other boys ran away, swam across the Rappahannock River, and joined the 1st New Jersey Cavalry and 6th from the wall. So,
Oh, bless her
Was he a
heart.
good fighter, your father? Did he fight hard for the Union?
oh yes, dear, he was a brave boy.
Uh-huh.
Actually, he had nothing else to do. He's a brave boy. He had to be brave to come up here in this country and make a living and get ahead and get on his feet and raise us family. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm? My family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
Do you know how much?
I'm getting hand
Did you hear what Billy, Bob, Billy, Big Belly, Bill looking like a fucking roly polar hippopotamus, stankin' smelling like smut and mud and fungus and rut, had to fucking say? You know what I'm saying? For real. You recessive gene fucking ass.
There's actually a knowable answer to that question. By 1860,
Exactly, bad bodied, big. You like bad bodied, six Becky, bad bodied bitch that black men be with their nasty ass.
off the low end,
Roly
all
poly
the way up
moly.
to $2,000. So we're talking about, in today's dollars, maybe somewhere between $2,400 and, like $50,000. There are even some estimates
Yes,
that say that
hello.
some enslaved people were valued at somewhere around $180,000 in today's dollars. So you can think of it basically like owning a car. And about 1.6% of Southern families owned more than 200 slaves, like having like a whole car dealership. But about 20 to 25% of Southerners at the time of the Civil War owned at least one enslaved person. It's like basically living in a society where wealthy people all have cars. Well, what do all the people who don't have cars want? A car. And even if a family worked on a small farm and didn't have enslaved people, what do you think their goal was? Their goal was to earn enough money to be able to buy people, to buy humans to do the work. It's not like families didn't aspire to have enslaved people. Why do you think that Southern whites were willing to go to war, to literally go to war against the United States?
So basically, what she's saying and what I'm going to say and translate and say here is that, like they say today, they want to call people lazy. They want to call the young folks lazy. They called us lazy. That this is our fucking land. But you know what I'm saying? So that's what she said. They want to call it. I'm summing it up. You know, I'm summing it up and saying they want to call us lazy. Okay, but the real lazy ones are them, because they're the ones that's sitting here. It's their corrupt system. They don't do shit. All they do is steal, kill, capitalize, murder by genocide. Yeah, that's all they do. Toxic white supremacy. Okay, that's all they do. Okay, they that's what they did to our people. Stole our music, stole our style. They want to be like us, and so that's all they can do. They're not naturally creative, except of evil. Yeah, evil. That's it. They create evil because they are evil. They reproduce evil because they are evil. They have hearts of evil, and like the other Becky just said, the good white people need to fucking stop being so scared, and black people too need to stop being so scared. This is our fucking land in the first place.
For slavery, because remember, every single state that seceded, all 11 of them said explicitly, we're doing this to preserve slavery. Well, why would somebody who's on a small farm want to fight to preserve slavery? Because their aspiration was to become a major planter, which means a major slave owner. That's what they all wanted to do. That's what they all aspired to
Exactly.
do. And they also wanted to defend the system.
Thank you for the likes, by the way. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the likes.
Only black people. And so that system of hierarchy that allowed any white person, no matter how rich or poor, to be superior to any black person, and for that black person to be captured and treated as property, and their children and their children's children owned by a white person. This is a system that benefited every single white person in the South. And by the way, every white person in the North too. Because even if you weren't a slave owner, you benefited from the economy that cotton production, that rice production, that all of these industries generated. You could benefit by being an insurance owner. Slaves were insured like cars.
That's right.
Enslaved people also produced.
That's
goods
right.
that were
And you know
sold.
what?
So
Speaking
if
of
you
that, right, real quickly. Speaking of that. Hello, though. Hello to the all. Speaking of that part right there about the insurance. Slaves were insured. That's what I was talking about the other day when I was saying that your birth certificate. Yes, our birth certificates, especially my no, I ain't seen no. I don't know what the Gen Z birth certificate look like. So my age, I'm a Gen X, so I know that the Boomers and Gen X, our birth certificate. I'm sure all birth certificates got it. I just don't know if they. I don't know, but I know on ours there's a number that's on our birth certificate. Okay, for real. It's kind of like almost in fine print, but it's not a barcode. It looks like a code number. That's actually an insurance number. That's right. That's a slave number. Oh yeah, they never said on our birth certificates. That's right. And your social security number, that ain't a good thing either. But I ain't gonna get too deep into that tonight. But the birth certificate, yes, has that. We all have value. Whether you're a celebrity, whether you're a poet, as mother, they have put insurance on each and every single last one of us in America. We are still slaves, okay? Back in the day, in real slavery, they used to put numbers like cattle, like how you put stamps. Well, they used to do that to slaves. They used to have, just like in prison. When people go to prison, they give them a number. Now, they don't stamp it on them, but back then they used to. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So as times progress, they never took away slavery. They just changed its form. That's all they did. That's all they did. They didn't take it away. Even the Constitution didn't free us. Y'all run around talking about the Constitution. The Constitution did not free our people. The Constitution did not give us back our land. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not it wasn't in their plans. That's the whole thing. Black people are begging these white evil fucks, okay, these white evil supremacist motherfuckers for our shit. This is our shit. I want the young folks to understand this is our land. This is our land, our shit. We begging them. No, this is our land. We were tricked. We were deceived. Our people were weak, but we ain't no more. But I'm letting you all know something. I've been talking to people. Some people just don't know our history. It's really sad, but it's, and this wasn't even a young person. I'm talking his history, and this is an African man. He's like, really this? Oh my God. You know why? Because you know why? They probably looking for, you know what? You know why black men and African men got conquered? Because their mind was on Becky, bitch. That's what I said. Them niggas couldn't fight to save the people like today because their mind was too busy trying to look at the mistress of the plantation and worry about how they can stick their dick up in there while they was getting beat by the men that she gave birth to. And she ain't stopped them. Okay? She wasn't stopping them. You know what I'm saying? So, it pisses me off every time I think about it. For real. This is our land. Clearly, this is our land. Okay? So, no one should be begging these white motherfucking demons, okay, on our shit. Okay? They took it, they deceived. It's time. It's beyond time. But they gonna burn it down. Oh yeah, trust me. So we gonna sit back and let them burn it down. Okay, and if they try to do anything beforehand, then we'll burn it down, okay, before we let them burn it down. And our allies who are white, okay, and we'll burn it down together before we let them do that shit again. And that's a fact. But I better move fast because they're already moving.
Somebody who was in the shipping business or, the cotton milling business, all of them benefited from slavery. So whether you were a small farmer or a big farmer, the slavery system benefited you. And you were willing to go to war to preserve it and to preserve white supremacy because that was the whole basis of your society. And by the way, a lot of people in the South went to war simply because they were told to and because the rich people around them made sure that the poor kids were doing the fighting, right? And so it doesn't matter whether your family was rich, poor, had one slave or 10 or none. Doesn't matter. Everyone in the South benefited from that economy and that system, and they went to war to preserve it and to preserve white supremacy forever. So that's the answer to your question. You also told on yourself just by saying that at all. Because, why are you curious about how much they cost?
Exactly.
You that system, right?
Exactly.
You think things were better then?
Mm-hmm.
One last note. That flag is not even the flag that your forefathers fought under for their farm. That was not the flag of the Confederacy. That's a flag that they created afterwards. It's literally just a symbol of racism and white supremacy. And you're flying it because MAGA.
Exactly.
Want to lose
exactly.
Weight
Say
muscle?
that.
Factor got me there.
Say that, sis.
I was
yes.
tired of all the.
Say that. Absolutely.
So guys, apparently
Exactly.
you have no.
Exactly. Let's see. Now, what was the one? I want to find the one where, did I not pull it up? Trump voters in Iowa are spitting out the MAGA Kool-Aid. Yeah, everybody turning against MAGA right now. Anyway, I'm turning it back on me for right now while I get this together. What's up, y'all, though? Okay, so now, well, I showed y'all yesterday. I showed the people, that was the other day, about the Jewish and taking the black people's homes. And then did y'all know that they signed the Jim Crow thing? Oh yeah, in was it where was it? That's the one I got. That's the one I thought I had pulled up. Was the one when the lady was talking about they have signed the Jim Crow? Was it in Mississippi? You know what I'm saying? Where they actually have already signed it? What video was I looking at? Hold on, y'all. How does get that? Oh, right-handed. Oh. Okay, let me see if I can find this. Anyway, how y'all doing though? I am Yvonne. What's up? I know it's sad. Everybody's so depressed. This is sad, but black folks react after Trump saying he's working. Oh, yeah, yes, oh, yes. You gotta see. I gotta play this one for y'all. Where Trump said he is working on getting some plant.
How do you describe why this disparity?
Some plantation jobs for. That's what we gonna call it. Yeah, you gotta hear this one. Oh yes, Trump said he gonna get some black jobs, Okay, so we're gonna figure out what some black jobs are. Some black jobs. Y'all have you heard of what a black job? What's a black job? Okay, we want y'all to hear this.
Listen to what this man just said.
While the unemployment rate has been steady at 4.3%, the black unemployment rate has been 7.3%. When you ran for president, you quoted black owners and talking about we described as black jobs. How do you describe why this disparity is happening? What will you do to close that?
Well, we're doing very well with the black jobs, African American jobs. I saw some numbers that we're doing really well. But where we're really going to do well is when all these plants are open. We're building many car plants. We're bringing cars back from Germany. And where your black worker is really going to do well is when those factories open. So I think they're going to be great. We've been doing well. It's been a big focus for me. Yeah.
Y'all getting the picture now? Black jobs. Black jobs to this man is working in factories, working in fields, working with our hands, breaking our backs for little to nothing. Black jobs is not having unions. So you mean to tell me you made sure black folks didn't have jobs in the government? Black folks didn't have grants to open businesses. Black folks couldn't get loans for their masters to excel in their areas of work. But we good enough to work in fucking factories? This is what that man was talking about. The labor force is black people. They can't make us slaves. The next best place is to put us in a factory where we work our bodies to death. If you black and you voted for this man, please be the first one to line up for that.
That's
labor.
right. That's right.
Y'all wrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right. If you a black MAGA, that's right. For real. Exactly. She said that. That's right. Then you need to be the first in line.
When black people come out and be like, this Trump administration is built on racism, you may think people are lying. Racism, segregation, discrimination. Now, for the fact that when they asked him about black jobs, immediately his brains ran into the factories and the machines, like black people are made to work into the factories. That is crazy to me. And when people come on here and tell you that your president is racist, you'll be like, no, he is not racist. I mean, he wants all the good jobs
so if
for
black
the
people work in black jobs,
and he wants all that jobs that are made for toy.
So if black people working black jobs, what the hell are exactly?
Touching in mud, being dirty, breaking your back, those are the jobs that are made for black people. You see?
Equity in a major tech company, you can't tell me that will create long-term wealth for my family. So, yes, make sure that you are working a good black job.
Trump said that the black jobs are doing very well.
Well, we're doing very well with the black jobs, African American jobs.
I thought people just had jobs. I didn't know there was black jobs. You know what I'm saying? I thought people just had jobs.
The black jobs are doing very well. The black jobs are doing very well. I think they're doing well. Biden didn't do a good job with the black jobs. Black jobs are fantastic. They're amazing. We have mass incarceration. Black jobs are so perfect. They're doing such cheap labor in prisons. We got NFL. We got basketball. They're doing jumping high, running fast.
That's right.
And where your black worker is really going to do well is when those factories open.
I'm sorry.
So black jobs are doing fantastic. Now we just got to get them back on the fields. We got to get the cotton. We got to get the sugar. We got to get it back. The black jobs are doing phenomenal. Our plan is working perfectly, okay? Those are the black jobs I'm talking about. I don't know what jobs you're talking about. You're talking about doctor, lawyer. No. We got that. White guys, white people have that. You guys got to get back to what you're good at.
And baby, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck
That's
is
right.
a black job.
That's exactly for
Yesterday
real.
in the Oval Office on Thursday, June 4th, Trump was speaking on black jobs. He was made aware that the black unemployment rate is at 7.3%. And they began talking about black jobs.
What is that?
That's right. That's
I
right.
didn't know jobs had colors.
That's right.
What is a black job?
That's right. That's right. That's right. What is it?
Heck, I'm
Just like
black and
Irene
don't
says
know
in the
what a black
chat.
job is. What is that?
What is it?
That's
Exactly. Exactly. What is that? What is a black job?
where do these people come up with this stuff?
From their galaxy, hell, where they came from, the galaxy hell.
A black
That's why he
job?
brought hell. They came from hell. The reason why the white men talk about hell, because they came from hell. Becky is from hell. Becky breeds hell.
A black job? In that case, do we have white jobs? Do we have Latina jobs, Mexican jobs? What is a black job?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
welcome back once again,
Exactly.
ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know what? First of all, that's the only job that we have is to be who we are. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is our land. So, if you say we're loud, then you get the fuck out. If you don't like our hair, then you should not be here or there. Get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it is, if you don't want to contribute to the land, peace and joy and love and unity, then get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? For real. Or we'll let you burn it down, which is what's going to happen. He's like, that's what they're doing. Men, patriarchy. Burn it down. Burn yourself down along with the sun that's burning your skin because you have no melanin. And that includes Becky. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. You're gonna melt away because whatever it takes, you're gonna get your white evil ass off of this land. Even if mother has to come through, and she's already coming through, but I mean really come through and destroy your ass. So either way you go, and if we revolt, either way you go, we ain't putting up with this shit.
You guys need to understand, you guys are hypercritical over us white people. Like, I know the past runs deep. I know. But, like, you guys are extremely critical of us now when we have not even been given one single chance to fix the shit.
Do you hear that, bitch?
That our ancestors did.
I'm sorry, what? You haven't been given one single chance telling black people to get off our necks? Like what? Take away being held accountable for the things that we benefit from? Through absolutely no action on our part? Like we were just handed all of this privilege and we can't be in any way responsible or accountable for it? Content like this is gaslighting at best, harmful and violent in reality. What have you done, babe? Like, in your personal spaces, what have you done that you did not physically harm a black person?
My family fought to save their farm under this flag.
We played that before. I'm gonna find the other one. Yeah, that's an eye roll, right? That is definitely an eye roll, most definitely. Okay, no. Where was it? Okay, here we go. Let me see. No. It's one though. Let's see here. White folks asking. White folks left scratching their heads. Hold on. Anyway, what's up with y'all though? What's going on? I know it's a lot going on in this crazy world. I know, but besides that, I hope. Listen, keep on dancing, honey. Keep on. Let them burn this shit down. Like I see, like I'm trying to find a video now where he was Asians, American Angrily react. Okay, yeah, I want y'all to hear what she has to say. She had a good message to say. Okay. She had a good message to say.
You haven't seen the sun in days.
But before we see the message, we gotta get through the goddamn corporate greed of commercials. People suffering, starving, homeless, hungry, and they still gotta sit. I tell you
When you
that
don't order furniture
the
from
only one
Wayfair,
suffering is the
it's
poor.
natural to wonder what if.
Because the rich is okay, honey.
What if your friend Charles?
Shit, for real, these motherfuckers don't give a damn. It's really.
Tonight, in your spacious La Quinta suite, your eyes could use a break. After a long day of seeing.
God damn. Like, sis, you just got through with a whole set of commercials. Corporate greed. See, this is the idea. You know what's amazing
This
is
is the most anticipated smart
they
security
created
camera of the
YouTube
year.
to get
No
rid of
internet
direct
connection
TV
needed. No
back
wire.
in my day.
Kids had two
This is
people
worse
prior
than
to
direct
this, and I
TV.
need the Asian American community to understand that you did not fall out of a coconut tree. That the anti-blackness rooted in the Asian American community is the Asian American community upholding white supremacy.
You're not gonna like my opinion. My opinion as a mother to a Blasian child is I agree with that. I agree with Black people wanting to boycott every single Asian business until our community can get our shit together.
They are trying to start a race riot before the midterm elections. Rick Chow, Iris Carmack Belton, 3 years ago. They're blowing up that story now. As he was on trial and as the verdict was being read, not guilty. And they're covering it in a very racialized way. Top search result for news articles about this is from CNN. And in the first couple of sentences, CNN refers to Cyrus as Black teen and clarifies Rick Chow, who is Asian. And now we've got white supremacists on both sides of the divide, both sides, either spewing the whole Black people are dangerous, this was Cyrus's fault, or start Asian hate.
My opinion as a mother to a Blasian child is I agree with that. I agree with Black people wanting to boycott every single Asian business until our community can get our shit together. Because as a mother to a Blasian child, I do not want my child cut down simply because he is Black. So I'm here. And even if I didn't have a Black child, that would still be my opinion. Because after 35 years, you'd think our community would have learned our lesson on what happened to Latasha Harlins. You'd think that we would have found a way to be in community with Black people. But instead, our community, consistently puts profit over people to the point where a bottle of water that's not even worth $1, a bottle of water that Cyrus did not even take, was the reason for his life being stolen from him. So yeah, all those Asian businesses, all of them, until our community can get their shit together.
Seeing history repeat itself in the Rick Chow case is genuinely disgusting and disheartening. I think what's adding to that feeling is seeing some of the Asian American community's responses on TikTok reacting to people saying they're going to boycott Asian businesses and only deciding to speak on that point. There is so much internalized anti-Blackness in the Asian community, and I'm speaking on this as someone who's half Chinese and half Black, to the point where someone can literally be
You know, and I'm
blood.
sorry. I want to apologize to and I'm gonna do this to every time I do something. I'm gonna try to remember to do it. And it's not that it's my fault, but I just want to put it out there that I hugs to young Black people, hugs to, as I'm always talking about, Gen Z and the millennials and the Alpha too. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you're affected by this shit. You're affected by, even with Becky and the toxic biracial, you know, product of fetish between the coon nigga and the mistress of the coon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, their traumas, you know, the youth have to deal with Black. I mean, they sit. This is a shock to them because they wanted to hide history from our youth. So with everything that they've done to our youth, poison them with the food they feed them, poison them with the medicine they give them, poison them. I feel I'm so, and that's why I said that the anger of the youth is what they better be afraid of. Okay, for real. The anger of the youth is really what they better be fucking afraid of, because you motherfuckers have screwed the youth over, and they know, and they're angry, and they have every righteous, and whatever they do, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what they do, and we don't give a fuck what they do. Do it. You know, we do it, okay? And after you do it, then we're gonna create a place, the real way that the earth is supposed to be. We'll recreate that after we destroy the evil that's on Mother Earth. After we get rid of your fucking toxic ass, then we can rebuild the planet the way it was supposed to be.
And your concern is people online saying they're going to boycott Asian businesses. It's really something to consider, and it runs so deep that I don't even know what to do about it at this point.
Here y'all go talking about another boycott, knowing that it ain't gonna work.
Listen to this.
I understand what happened with that young man.
Listen.
Yes, he was a child. I understand, but every time we talk about doing a boycott, we're good starters, but we're not good finishers.
You heard that?
Okay? Because first of all, we don't have a good rapport with one another.
You heard that?
All right? Black people, we do not get along with one another.
You heard that?
We don't. We have a very poor relationship because as soon as you say something smart to me, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to just take it in. No, I'm going to say something smart back.
We need to talk about Rick Chow.
Exactly. Oh, here go more corporate greed.
The annual trip with friends happens every summer, and they always book a big weekend.
In 2023, a 14-year-old black boy, Cyrus Carmick Belton, he has 2 people prior to this, and I need the Asian American community to understand that you did not fall out of a coconut tree, that the anti-blackness rooted in the Asian American community is the Asian American community upholding white supremacy. AAPM month is over, but we all need a history lesson.
Right.
Let me go through a couple things. 1, slavery never ended. I will tie everything together, but stay with me. Slavery never ended. It was actually just the modern prison system. 2, U.S. conquest never ended. It's just much easier to do a regime change and control other people's governance. So Korea and the Philippines, I'm talking in broad strokes to make a point. They are glorified U.S. military bases. The U.S. doesn't just hold hard power over these countries. Many Asian countries, they also hold soft power because America exports its culture. The bedrock of U.S. culture is capitalism, white supremacy, and because of modern slavery, anti-blackness. So when we tempt Asian immigrants to come to America that have consumed the American dream, the dream, the allure is the proximity to whiteness. But when you get here, at best you're a cog in the capitalist machine, and at worst, you too are a glorified serf, a subsistence farmer, someone who has to work just to survive. That's right. You are tricked by the system. Instead of pushing against the system, because then you have to admit that you are fallible, that you can be tricked. You instead lean into the oppressive system and uphold the tenets of white supremacy in the United States, because you think that one day you'll be rewarded by this.
Yeah, that's something that's been trending on X since like 2 days ago. Start Asian hate. They want black folks to be out in the streets so that they can unleash martial law, so that they can do police brutality.
That's right.
They're going to get minority police officers who are not black, or perhaps even who are black, to do it.
Of course they will.
Asians
They're coons. They're coons. They're coons. They're coons. Coons. Okay, they're coons. Okay, they're coons. Okay, they're coons. Yes, they will get a black man. Exactly. Black men, I told you, they sold out the race the first time. Had more than. Okay, so yes, they'll get a black man, and black men are willing. Like I said, we call them coons. Okay, they will sell out. They have sold out. They did sell out, and they will sell out their whole race to try to save themselves. And when they did that the first time, they ended up in slavery themselves. That's how they got beat. They was trying to. The white man made a deal with him, and he thought that, that he could somehow save themselves by selling their own women and children, and then they got captivated themselves by the white man and became the white man's bitches and had to suck on the white man's dick. Okay, so that's what she's talking about, is they'll get those black men to turn on black people, on their own people, because they're used to doing it. And they do it anyway. They did it anyway, and they'll do it again anyway. So I say, stay away from coon-ass niggas. Stay away from them. Stay the fuck away from coon-ass niggas. And that's a fact. You end up on a plantation somewhere.
Supremacy side, and bolster their dwindling conservative numbers. That is to convince us that black folks are so scary that we have no choice but to vote against our own interests, which historically have been aligned with theirs. I have Asians going against affirmative action, which is why we could go to all those fancy schools in the first place. They have Asians being racist to Black people, and we're doing it of our own free will. When Black people helped us get our rights.
You heard that?
In the 1960s.
You heard
and
that?
From what I'm seeing, Asian people and Black people are being split down the middle. Asian people between solidarity with Black people and racism toward Black people, and Black people split mostly between nonviolence and violence.
That's right.
Son for a son type rhetoric. And all of this benefits white supremacy. Around 12,000 Black people are still being killed in homicides every year, and around 300 of those are police. I'm not saying that what Rick Chow did wasn't horrible, but why this case? Why now? Think about it.
Help the
When it
Indians
comes
too.
to Ricky Chow and his family getting theirs, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear about no solidarity, no black and brown coalitions. I don't want to hear about no Martin Luther King marches, no oppressed peoples. No, we on the same team.
That's
We
right.
on the same team during the civil rights movement. Helped y'all get over here. And then y'all became the heads of ICE. Same team during Vietnam. Didn't go to fight y'all. Didn't have no beef then. Y'all came over here, brought over all kinds of nicknames for us, like we was the ones that brought Agent Orange over there. We was on the same team when y'all ripped everything in K-pop, whether it's the sound, the dancing, the styles, the vernacular. And then y'all looked us in the face and figured out 1,000 ways to try to get away with saying the N-word. So yes, I already know how they did his story. And I don't care. I told you my concern is my people. I said I wanted to do what would help us out the most. What I did not say is that I'm finna walk in love and turn the other cheek. I don't believe in white Jesus. We don't even play those games around here. So the universe and
Yes.
anyone else who
Come
wants
on
to
now.
and his folks, you not
We
gonna
don't-
get no complaints from me.
We don't believe in white
If the
Jesus.
black community was united, there would be power. But they're not. They're splintered into different segments of society. That's why Cyrus Carmack Belton, who allegedly took a $1 bottle of water and was by Rick Chow, this right here, who just was found not guilty 30 minutes ago and set to be released soon because he's been in jail for 3 years ever since he was charged. A store owner here in America, this young child, innocent child, over $1 bottle of water that he didn't even take. And here's the splintered black community.
There you go.
Because come Friday,
There
in
you
the
go.
city of New York, a quarter of New Yorkers will be out, lines around the corner, buying Chinese food. This is the sickness that is in the black community.
So guys, I thought you
Exactly.
beg Asian people for
Exactly. Exactly. Oh no, we're not done. I don't know. I'm sitting down. I'm not in the kitchen. Today I did errands and I had to. Oh no, I had to. Yeah, get my phone. But anyway, big sip, Irene. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to really do that different another time. I don't want. Let's see. Black folks react after Trump saying he's work. Oh, I did that one. Scratching their heads. Where did where did angry? Okay. Yeah, and the thing about it is black people, spend money in Asian businesses. I mean, like she said, black people who made them, they put their business in the black neighborhoods on purpose, and they were funded. That's right, by the government. But black people, there's something big in the professor. Jules, where was the one? Oh, here we go. There we are. White folks confess they think poverty is for black people.
I'm great.
Here we are. Hey, y'all, though. Yeah, help the Indians, too. You know, I gotta wait for all the corporate greed commercials to go through. You know, they gotta have 1,000 corporate greed commercials to go through before they, you know what I'm saying? Good Lord have mercy, I swear. Okay.
This student had a meltdown over crazy rent prices.
No, because you America for making me pay, or for making me work 4 jobs! While I'm in college!
Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes.
Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own rent, and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester! It's not fair. It's not fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. Will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. I just want to live in peace, America, and I will one day. Probably someday.
Half of all renters in the U.S. spend more than 30% of their income on rent.
Poor
Rising
Becky.
rent prices are pushing record number of Americans towards the threat of homelessness. So the system definitely doesn't work, and something needs to be changed.
This is a sign that the West is quietly collapsing. More and more people are sleeping in cars, vans, and tents across wealthy nations, once seen as untouchable. Not because they're unemployed, not because they're reckless, but because the price of simply existing has exploded. Single minimum wage workers are no longer renting apartments. They're parking behind supermarkets, hiding in industrial zones, and turning back seats into bedrooms. Buying a home has vanished for many. Renting is barely possible. Shelter is becoming optional instead of guaranteed. Full-time workers are being priced out of roofs. Rent now consumes 60 to 70% of paychecks. Food climbs, fuel climbs, utilities climb, but wages barely move. So people adapt the only way they can. In Los Angeles, entire streets glow with van windows at night. In Australia, families sleep near beaches because leases are unreachable. In the UK, van dwellers hide
third
in
world.
lines just to rest.
I just want to know something real fast.
The promise used to be simple.
Is America great again? And then the part B to that question is, was it ever great? Yeah, think about that. Think about that. Think about this. Think about this. Think about that one.
Work hard and you'll own a home. But housing stopped being shelter and became an asset. Investors outbid residents, and ownership shifted from a life goal to a financial privilege. When people with jobs can't afford a place to sleep in the richest nations on earth, the problem isn't effort or discipline. It's this. What future does the West have when working no longer guarantees a home?
I heard a new term on TikTok today that made me stop in my tracks.
We are living in the silent depression.
This guy believes we are not just living in worse than the Great Depression, we're living in the silent depression. The average annual income in 1930 for an American individual was a little over $4,800. Sounds like nothing, but if you adjust that for inflation, a little over $4,800 a year in 1930 is equivalent to almost $85,000 annually for the average salary for one person. Right now, the average annual salary is $56,000 a year. We currently are making less than the height of the Great Depression. In 1930, gas was on average 10 cents a gallon. That would be about $1.73. In case you haven't filled up your car lately, average cost of a gallon of gas is $3.55. To buy a new car in 1930 would have been about $860, worth about 15 grand. The average cost of a new car today is $48,000. And of course, the most coveted aspect of the American dream, being able to buy a house in 1930 cost about $3,900, less than $70,000. I spend way too much time on Zillow, so maybe this isn't surprising to me, but the average price of a home in America today is $416,000. How could we be living through worst cost of living and wages than 1930? And no politician, no media outlet, no one is talking about it.
That's Bidenomics. It's about growing an economy by strengthening the middle class.
You find it all quite depressing?
Yeah, it is. And it's getting even worse now. They're putting the petrol up as well. Everything's going up. It's ridiculous. I I'm frightened. I sit indoors for 3 days. I've got a car out there with a mobility scooter in with a hoist.
Oh.
You can't afford. You can't afford the petrol now, the diesel I have.
Did you ever imagine
Who
that
you vote
old
for?
age would leave you?
Who did you vote for?
Heating on.
Never in a million years.
Million.
With my electricity bill, I was getting money back. Now I'm in arrears.
Man.
I can put over
All because
items of clothing
of Jesus.
So it's even more warm when it comes down to there.
All because of Jesus.
And then
an extra layer.
Oh, all because of Jesus.
You know, jumper and cardigan.
Is it that bad for you?
Yeah, I'm actually quite cold.
Oh.
I can't even afford a couple of days away somewhere.
Maybe I should just all get out and yell, Jesus!
You're just sitting here watching. You're just wasting your life. It's just.
No, Jesus came that you have life and life abundantly.
Think of all that I should have done and I haven't done.
Jesus, God, He is the answer.
Here like this.
Lift your hands up right now. I'm gonna throw some oil on your face.
And you sort of don't get around to making new ones because you're not going anywhere. You can't afford to go anywhere.
No.
I used to go to bingo.
Not bingo.
You had lots of friends there. But
that's against Jesus.
I can't afford that.
Your life is cursed. That's why you going to bingo. That's against Jesus.
Sorry, I've been really stressed out and I'm crying a lot because I can't afford to feed my kid.
Oh.
I can't afford to feed my child. Everything is so expensive. I don't have my car now. And they're trying to evict me because my dog won't stop barking because I'm on ODSP. And even though I'm on ODSP, it's not enough.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Poor thing. The dog know we're in apocalypse too. The dog barking because we're in an apocalypse.
I can't even afford it.
Oh, poor thing. Oh. Let's all lift our hands up right now. Towards heaven right now. Lift your hands up right now, sister.
It's getting crazy.
No, just call on Jesus. Because Jesus.
I don't know what to do.
Call on Jesus. The white man's Jesus.
You were paying.
The white man's system.
You go to
the white man
or
Jesus.
Walmart or somewhere. These big corporations that can afford to make food and other things cheaper, but they don't want to because they are greedy. You buy 5 things. 5 things and it comes out to almost, or maybe even for $100. I can't live like this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm so tired of living like this. I'm an original Canadian. This is my land, and I can't even afford to live in my own country.
'cause I think it's wicked and wrong what's going on. I wouldn't pay them even if I could afford to.
My.
There's no need for this situation to be as it is.
I mean, people pick things up like biscuits because it's something to eat rather than something that they have to cook. They just haven't got
the fuel, they haven't got gas and electricity. It's disgraceful. It's like living in Dickensian Britain. It's like Victorian times. We shouldn't be living like this, and people will die.
Get in on our epic savings event at Firestone Complete Auto
My
Care.
goodness. Hold on 1 second. I'm telling you, this is interesting here.
On supplement industry regulations.
My mouth's been rolling.
Sadly, I don't see enough people who are struggling actually willing to take the steps that are needed to be taken to change the ethos. People want other people to do the fighting for them. Well, that's got to... And they have to fight for themselves. They have to stand up. We all have to and say, enough is enough. We're not going to pay. They can't possibly jail all of us. The jails are full to bursting as it is.
Exactly.
Just only two. Not two. Yeah.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's gonna get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working off for nothing.
You are.
Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now.
What am I doing wrong? I work every day and I'm still broke. Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro, that shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making $100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already.
Sorry,
I literally had $10 left in my account. So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews and still nothing. Like, what's going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for
just
jobs.
go have a drink.
Keep showing up.
You know
But
what?
man, my bills are not going to pay.
Y'all, I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, it's unbelievable. And my heart hurts today. Truly hurts for people who are not able. And we're living in some rough times. Really rough times. And we need to be praying for all those around us who are not as fortunate.
Need to be
as we are
acting, moving.
to be able to do the things that
Well,
we
not
need to
you,
do.
black
I'm
people.
not talking about extras.
And anybody
I'm
else
not
who's
talking
not
about
afraid.
going on vacation and doing fun things. I'm talking about living, taking care of your vehicle if you can even afford a vehicle, putting groceries on the table, buying medicine, the things you have to do. It's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's a really sad thing here. You know, we have a generation that is right now trying to survive in the U.S. and they're doing it at a time that it is so difficult with the rising costs. I really do feel for the younger generation and even for the older generation. I mean, you're hearing the stories here that it's just so difficult right now. You go and do a few things and it's like your bank account is empty. And that is the reality. Money goes by so quickly. And the reason why is because primarily, in my opinion, wages have not kept up here in the US. That's a fact. And also the cost of everything has gone up so dramatically that right now it's just not lining up. It's really, really, really difficult to make ends meet. And you do have to start learning to do with less. Take out the luxuries in life, take out the unnecessary vacations, the unnecessary spending, take out the wants and really just focus on the needs. And even just by getting the needs, purchasing the needs, taking care of your needs, even that really starts to draw people broke. And I'm seeing more and more that people are having a harder time to cope with this because it's getting too stressful. And even though this has been going on for years now, and if the pot continues to boil, I really believe things are just going to get a lot worse because people are already living on the edge, and you already cannot afford something extra to happen or something extra to come up without just kind of going in the hole. So that's why I've been a proponent of just living as minimally as possible for years now, being as debt-free as possible and living frugally, because look at where we are today. Look at what's going on in the world.
Bro, the cost of living is insane right now. Like, what are we doing? I swear before COVID, in my area, $20 an hour was like, you balling, you good. Now, people that making $20 an hour, I'm like, man, how are they surviving? Like, this is insane. Fast food places are paying $20 an hour now. So $20 an hour is the new $10 an hour. Obviously, all of this is relative to where you live. So my $20 an hour, where I live in Northern Virginia, maybe your $16 an hour, or maybe your $30 an hour. It all really depends on where you live. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. Like, I can't be the only one that understands what's going on. And it honestly worries me that there's some people out there that make less than that. Like, think about the people out there that's making minimum wage. Like, probably have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make up for, you know, a livable income. It's insane.
I'm just mad. I'm just mad anymore. There's no reason for me to be like, yay.
Healthy plans, guaranteed to thrive, handpicked for you.
We were waiting to let this get on through these stupid ass commercials.
So free, we're so powerful. I'm starving. I have to go without so that my kid can maybe have Pop-Tarts once a month. Shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go like, let's see, we haven't had meat in like, a long time, because guess what? We can't afford it, okay? But yet we're the ones working every day to make this country go round and round. But we're not worth being able to have decent food or the amount of food that we need to have one of our family members go without. I'm done. I'm so done. It shouldn't be this way. And I know it's not just this way for me.
Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. $2 to $3 grand on average. You need to make 2 to 3 times that. $9,000 a month. How many people with regular bachelor degrees are even making that? No one. Not a lot of people. No one wants to live with roommates. That's not the answer. Everybody deserves a safe living space. There's no reason why so many people should be roommating, or you can't even buy yourself your own house.
I'm just mad. I'm just fucking mad. There's no reason for me to be like, yay, fucking America. Like, we're so great. We're so free. We're so powerful.
Exactly.
I'm fucking starving. I have to go without. So that my kids can fucking maybe have Pop-Tarts once a month. So I'll go without fucking eating something, right? It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't fucking be that way. We shouldn't have to go like, let's see, we haven't had meat in like, a long time, because guess what? We can't fucking afford it, okay? Nor do we want to go down and buy the, meat glue fucking meat at Walmart that, you know, America just thinks that, you know, we deserve, right? Because we're not worth anything. Because that's what I'm taking it as. We're just not fucking worth it. But yet we're the ones working every fucking day to make this country go round and round. But we're not worth
Round and
being able
round.
to have decent
Round and
fucking
round.
food or the
Get
amount
up, get
of
oh
food
that
that we
song.
need to fucking
Round and
have
round.
one of our
Round
family
and
members go
round.
without.
Give me that song. Yeah. Round and round. Round and round.
I'm so done.
I gotta let that song back
It
up.
shouldn't be this way. And I know that it's not just this way for me. I called today because my garbage cans got picked up, right? Because guess what? Oh, couldn't fucking afford to pay the bill, you know? So I'm like, hey, what do I have to do, like, to, you know, get my garbage cans back? Like, I'm struggling, like, I'm doing everything I can. I work hard, you know? I can barely afford to fucking buy groceries. And she's like, girl, you know, I hear you. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel bad, like, you know, but I'm in the same boat.
Same
like,
boat.
It wasn't like, it was like immediately. Like, she wasn't like, oh, you know, it was just like immediately, like, I'm right there with you. That's fucking terrible.
Yes.
We're working women in America that are working our fucking asses off. And we can't afford to fucking feed our kids. Or ourselves. We worry about putting gas in our fucking car to get to work that's not going to fucking pay the bills or the fucking groceries to eat. I've never in my life been unproud to be a fucking American, but today I am. Today when my kids
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
Whether or not I could get him
yeah.
for all month long.
Thought you were free? Thought you was free?
Okay, fuck this shit.
You thought you was free? Yeah. Oh, say, can you see?
We put in for our country. We pay our fucking taxes.
By the
Our asses off from morning until night to go home and maybe fucking have an hour or two with our kids before we fucking go to sleep and we get up and we work our asses off again to pay for your fucking wars and all of the fucking shit that you want to do with our fucking money that we put into this country. And we can't afford to fucking eat. So tonight, I'm
the
fucking
land of the free.
I'm mad, and I'm broken-hearted.
Oh, the land of the free.
Because I don't see no end to it.
Get ideas and insights from experts in your field on LinkedIn.
Do we have to go through? Keep going through these goddamn stupid ass goddamn commercials, I swear. Lord have mercy, I swear. Get the fuck off my phone, bitch.
We've been begging. Like, this is not just started, like, since Biden administration. Like, yeah, it may have gotten a lot worse since inflation, but we've been struggling. We've been struggling like this. We just keep it quiet. We just don't say anything. It may have gotten a little worse, but it's been like this. It was like this in the Trump administration. It was like this in the Biden administration. We're tired of fucking working our asses off just to barely pay the fucking bills. And maybe buy our kids a little fucking treat once a month. Food. Like a food treat that they want. Fuck you.
Oh, that's right. Say it again. Say it again, Becky.
I'm so done. I'm sorry.
Like a Thanksgiving turkey.
I really am.
Like a Thanksgiving turkey.
But I don't have it no more. I don't have it no more. I don't have it to, you know,
like the
make
Indians.
everything, like, seem like a joy.
The Indians were
it's
done.
Okay. It's not fucking okay.
When y'all came in, the Indians were done.
Time. And we've just been saying that, you know, oh, you know, what the fuck? We really don't say anything. We just keep it fucking hidden and put on a fucking brave face and go and do it every fucking day and then cry when we get home and fucking bed knowing that we're not going to make the fucking bills and we're wondering if our PG&E is going to get shut off and we're wondering how, you know, we're going to feed the kids, not ourselves, you know? But bitch, I ain't getting my fucking nails done. I ain't getting my fucking hair done. I ain't doing shit. I'm trying to worry about how I'm going to get my fucking garbage cans back. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
I'm absolutely heartbroken.
Please give her her trash cans back.
And put salt all over the land. That means everything I've planted won't grow. And I can't replant on it because it won't grow. So all the hours and hours and hours of work that we've put in is now dead. And they've done it everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
How could you do that?
Oh my.
Literally.
Oh my.
I hope it makes you happy. I really do. Top person.
Oh,
but you know what? You won't stop me because I'll just pick it all up and I'll carry on. Okay, I can't plant in this section, but I'll carry on. You won't stop me whatsoever.
Carry on. Carry on.
Every economic problem that we're facing in this country right now, student loan debt being just out of control, the government shutdown, SNAP benefits being cut, health insurance premiums about to go through the roof, your rent going up, your pay stagnating, groceries just being astronomical, is because reparations were never paid after the Civil War. Let me explain. After the Civil War, the Union, the North won and the South was defeated, but the South was never punished. The Confederacy lived on in the ideology of the people, of the white people of the South. Reparations were never paid to Black Americans. They were never really, truly given the opportunity to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, to rise up and become equal members of this country, equal citizens. They've been fighting for their equality since then. They've never actually truly achieved it. So when white people hear a promise from Donald Trump et al. That we're going to run the country like a business, to them that sounds appealing. They're like, oh yeah, because you know what? I'm a business owner. I own this country because I'm white. When Black and brown people hear, well, we're going to run the country, run the government like a business, they understand what that means because they've been dealing with it for centuries. White people think that they are on the side of the owners, the masters, but they're not. Most white people have more in common with the Black and brown people that they look down upon. They are closer to them in the economic tax bracket than they are to the white billionaires whose asses they kiss. But listen to them glazing billionaires, especially on this app. I make $50,000 a year, but I have more in common with Jeff Bezos than I do with George Floyd. Bullshit! The only reason the lie of let's run this country like a business appealed to you is because you thought you would benefit. And now here you are. Now here you are understanding that when they say we're going to run this country like a business, that means they're going to profit off of your ass. That means that if you take $100,000 loan out to go to college, you will be in debt to the federal government until the day you fucking die.
That's right.
You borrowed 100 grand, prepare to repay 300 grand.
That's right.
Because they're running the government like a business now.
Like a business.
And guess what? You're a customer, not an owner. The government exists to serve us, not to profit off of us. And we will continue to have these problems until y'all get your fucking minds right.
Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right.
Get up to...
I don't want to hear that one. No. Next.
And $10 in reward.
Just thinking this morning about our country and late stage capitalism and cost of living and how much money everyone has to make to even afford to have a family these days. And it's what, like $250,000 minimum? Yeah, John and I have 2 kids and we don't make close to that. Not even close. Try like at least $100,000 less than that. So we're barely making it.
That motor.
Two
God
good,
damn.
high-paying jobs as an electrical engineer and a nurse. Now, everyone always says, like, they make so much money, you guys should be doing so much better. They don't make that much money, okay? And the fact that the wages haven't
Next.
Conditions of the United States. How she has to work 60 hours and she's looking at other countries and they don't even have to work 40 hours. How they can take a train for like pennies on the dollar anywhere they want. Meanwhile, like our country's infrastructure is falling apart. How it feels like there's no support nets. It feels like all the safety nets are dissolving and she doesn't understand why. And I both hate and love to remind these folks that the reason why the United States is the way it is because of y'all. A lot of you are the descendants of folks, or might actually be some of the folks, who were more invested in not sharing all of the programs, all of the initiatives that the United States was starting with marginalized people, specifically Black people. Y'all are some of the same folks who would have rather filled in the pools in your neighborhood than share them, shut down the schools and the libraries rather than share them, that you would rather vote against any forming of these safety nets or any protections for these safety nets rather than share them with marginalized people. Then you look up a generation or two or less later and wonder why you don't have these safety nets to protect you, because you were banking on your whiteness to keep you safe. And a lot of you learned pretty quickly after this election that you don't even have that to keep you safe. That unless your bank account has something like 7 digits in it, that the folks that you were banking on to protect you won't. And that some of the safety nets that maybe your mama or your family have relied upon, like SNAP or Medicaid or Medicare or any of those other basic safety nets, are going to be eradicated by the very people that you voted for. May I suggest, instead of crying, you strap up? The whole bootstrap thing that y'all be telling my people about. Remember that you get what you pay for. For everybody else who's not invested in crying, maybe some suggested reading. These Some of Us by Heather McGee. It talks about how equality is not a zero-sum game. This book has torn me up several times that I've read it, but it is essential reading. So for the next few years, might want to be diving in instead of crying on the internet. Just a thought.
Well, apparently, when
Exactly. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see what's next. Hey. Woo-wee. Now I'm showing this to get you. I'm doing this on purpose to get you mad. But now we have Delfino Reacts with the Trumpsters, the MAGAs, who no matter what Trump does, no matter how much he does, no matter the lies, no matter if he blows, no matter if Iran nukes everybody, that make no difference. China make no difference. They gonna vote for him no matter what, because they hate blacks and they hate gays, and you know what I'm saying. And the black MAGA, they got, you don't hear them too much. You know what I'm saying. They gonna stick to what they, but they getting punishment from their own families. This is good enough. Their ancestors gonna whoop their asses. Oh yeah, black MAGA, the coons, the ancestors got them. You know what I'm saying. But
everything that you're about to watch in this video should terrify you. And this is a message to everyone that didn't vote in the last election. These people will continue to pick the presidents, the congressmen and women, and the senators if you don't get off your ass and vote, because voting has consequences, and these people vote with conviction, because even though they're stupid and insane, they believe with conviction everything that you're about to hear in this video.
On YouTube.
So make sure you get out and vote. Let's get into this. This will be a good one.
The other day, Donald Trump said on his first day he's going to be a dictator for a day.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Would you rather have Donald Trump as a dictator for 4 years or re-elect Joe Biden for 4 years?
I would rather have Donald Trump. I'd like to see repeal the Roosevelt law so that he can be a president for a lot more than 4 years. But this country needs a dictator. I hate to say that.
Oh my God.
The truth. These people are fascists.
Oh my goodness. You hear that?
That's what they are. They want a dear leader like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is talking to God, and when he enacts something, an executive order or something, it's because God actually told him.
I believe he's getting his instructions from God. Yeah, I sure do.
Oh. Think there's a problem with misinformation out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some people believe in things that are just not true?
Absolutely. 100%.
And where do you think Obama was born?
Kenya.
Barack Obama had a big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
I never got the impression that Obama loved America. He was from this place and that place, and
You know, do we really know where he was from?
Well, he was born in Hawaii, when in the United States.
Right, he was born in Hawaii, but Trump, he was an open book. I know I sound stupid to the Democrats right now, but no.
Yeah, you do sound stupid. You're an idiot. Yeah, Trump is an open book. He is a crook and a con man. These people should not be voting. They shouldn't be voting.
That may sound stupid, though. You are stupid. You are stupid. You look stupid. You look stupid. You are stupid. Listen, look what that says right there. But no here. That said, but no here before this dumbass commercial came on. I tell you what, YouTube and your goddamn dumbass commercial. Every time I turn around, it's a goddamn fucking commercial.
Here in America.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. It fucked me up with this goddamn commercial shit. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Shit. Turn goddamn commercials, goddamn. I ain't paying that corporate ass fee either.
Illegal immigrants.
Where you from, man? Brazil.
He acts like a Muslim. He talks like a Muslim. He also does the Muslim principles as far as jewelry is concerned.
What?
Jewelry?
Yeah, jewelry. Certain months of the year, not wearing his wedding ring.
That's a deep cut. You want me to connect your necklace to your Christianity?
Why would you do that?
Well, you just taught me it. I didn't even know people were connecting jewelry to religion.
Muslims don't wear...
Is that a Jew watch?
Did you read your shirt to me?
Oh, it's going to take a felon and a hillbilly to fix this.
And how important is law and order?
It is. It is. We've lost it in this country.
But the shirt says that it's going to take a felon to fix this. Does that feel ironic to you?
No.
Are you saying you don't mind if your right to vote would be taken away?
I don't care. I know what I want. I know what I want.
But you wouldn't be able to get what you want if you can't vote for it.
I don't care. I've told you 3 times. I don't.
These people would literally not care if all of their rights were taken away so that they can have a dear leader, that they can have a strong man, authoritarian leader in charge of them, telling them everything they can and cannot do. That's what these people believe. They are fascists.
Delfino reacts. This is Delfina. Delfino. DELFINO reacts. YouTube.
What to think and do. They want to be told by their dear leader what to think and do. She's literally admitting that she doesn't care if her right to vote were taken away. If all her rights were taken away as long as Donald Trump is president. Well, I don't care if her vote got taken away because she's a maniac. But I mean, this is the kind of people they are.
Trade is open as of this morning.
What do we have to thank for that?
Well, we have to thank President Trump for that.
Yeah, Joe Biden wasn't trying to open the strait.
Exactly. He has the balls to do this. I mean, to do all this, so what other president would have done this? Nobody else before him.
Biden wouldn't open the strait.
No, Biden.
Obama wouldn't open the strait.
Wouldn't do it.
Clinton wouldn't open the strait.
Exactly.
All because the strait was already open until Donald Trump became president.
So now...
That's a genius that, like, you can't open the strait unless you close the strait,
Thank you.
Create global pandemonium, raise gas prices,
exactly.
and then open the strait, and still, no one's talking about the Epstein files.
Well, that is true.
The presidency is a man's job.
I have women are qualified to be president.
No. A female has more hormones. She could start a war in 10 seconds. If she has hot flashes, whatever, boom.
Haven't all wars been started by
men? It's so slow.
I've read the transcript for not verbatim, but I've read the transcript, meaning like I've watched everybody read it on the news. I haven't seen the transcript.
You know that's not what reading the transcript means.
They so slow. I told you, MAGA slow.
Right, I haven't personally read the transcript. Have you read the transcript? No.
Look at that. Oh, God. Some black man would fuck that big ass. Oh, God, ugly. Oh, God, look at.
People are not being taught how to critically think in school. They're being taught to memorize things and pass a test.
I take it back now.
Not to critically think. That should be the main focus of
maybe when she was
any
younger.
higher
She don't look no
education
pretty now.
institution. Is the ability to critical think and take your own biases out of whatever you're
Lord have
researching
mercy.
and try and
She's like
find
fucking
the
6
truth.
can of busted
The
ass
objective
biscuits.
reality and facts. These people can't do that. They're completely bought into the propaganda.
I have, spoiler alert, he asked a foreign country to interfere in our election. It's crazy, right?
Would you like to see Donald Trump take over Greenland? Yeah, well, yes. I mean, obviously, and also Canada. Well, Greenland, Canada, just resources alone?
Trump as a dictator?
Let's just invade all of our allies and neighbors because at heart, I'm just a fascist cultist that does what it does and think whatever Donald Trump tells me to do and think. No critical thinking whatsoever.
Or Biden as a president?
I'd rather have Trump as a dictator than Biden any day. It's kind of obvious who knows
That
what
voice,
he's
oh
doing,
my
but
God.
there's no dictatorship with Trump.
He cares. He's for America.
No matter what he says or does, I will vote for Donald Trump.
We have built a culture that does not prioritize.
Yes, and this is the Fino Reacts. Okay, you know, for real, I support him. So anyway, you know, let's see here. I just want y'all to see. Oh my goodness, I told you. No matter what happens, they're gonna support Trump. No matter what he does to America. Hold on one second. Here we go. Oh yes. Here we go. This one too. I know it's gonna do commercials. Yeah, like I said, I knew it. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. 3,000 commercials with who has time to make? Oh, Hollywood. Nothing to but make commercials all fucking day. All right, here we go.
And the reason there isn't a big revolution happening is because y'all are waiting for black people to do it and we're sitting in the house. It is very, very unfortunate what happened in Minneapolis yesterday with that woman losing her life to ICE agents. And the fact that it happened 6 blocks away from where George Floyd was killed is crazy. That's why the revolution has not happened, because y'all are waiting for black people to do it. We're not about to do this job for y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all's job was to stand with us November 4th.
That's right.
2024. Rigged or not rigged, the man would have been able to lose had y'all just shown up the way y'all was supposed to November 4th. But the reason why y'all are saying, oh, where's the revolution? Why are we not overthrowing the government? Is because y'all are waiting for black people to do it.
Exactly.
And that's not going to happen.
No.
Y'all need to go do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
I just knew after one of your own got killed, y'all was going to actually do something about it.
Exactly.
But I see now, y'all really are not doing anything because y'all really think black people are going to step in and do. This country has done nothing for us. Every single time we go stand with whatever group, y'all will not stand with us.
Thank you.
So,
say
if
it.
You want to see the revolution?
Say it.
Y'all going to have to be it.
Exactly.
All right? All right.
Something is changing inside Black America.
That's right.
Across social media, politics.
Exactly. Hold on one second. I don't want to hear her. I'm going to give her a shout out later. I want to get to the main gritty. Oh, him. Yeah. I don't want to miss him. Okay. Oh, damn.
Find somebody else to do it.
Where's the lies at? And then these entitled people have the audacity to turn around and tell you, because you don't want to be used anymore, that you don't want to be used anymore, you're next. And you know what the response is? We always been targeted, but there's something that the immigrants have that we never had. We don't have burner lives, right? They're like cats with 9 lives. They already burnt one of their lives in wherever country they came from, came over here, and they got another life to live. But this life is furnished with furniture on a taxpayer's expense. You get to live in an exclusive luxury hotel in one of the most expensive cities, not only in the nation, but the world, New York City, for 2 years. All your food is paid. All your vices is paid for, clothes, whatever. Once that 2 years run out, they give you an apartment, furnish that apartment for you. Once the taxpayers' money run out, you guess what they do? Advocate for more taxpayer money, right? So you did basically have a 4 years of taxpayers funding your lifestyle. What American, aside from Black Americans, we already know we always been targeted, but what other American had these type of opportunities, right? And then they're talking about whenever there's a social injustice or a social issue where they want people to shield and cape and literally be pew pew bags. Oh, Black Americans, come out, please, Black Americans. And when it comes time to reciprocate that energy, or that investment, because that's what you're doing. You're investing into something. Usually with an investment, you get something, a return. Not in this case, you just get used. And you know what they say? If you do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, but those results never change, you know what that's called, right? You know what that's called. So why continue to go through the motion? Why continue to be used and none of that is never reciprocated? It's never poured back into you. It doesn't make sense. They over here working on their first life, second life, third life, fourth life, fifth life, 9 lives like a cat, where we haven't even had one life of opportunity, one life of chance as a collective whole as Black Americans. And this is where I land my plane at. Love or hater, I don't know what her motive is, but that's facts. I don't care. That's facts. In Minnesota, you think we forgot? You think we forgot?
How has illegal immigration impacted the Black community specifically?
Well, African Americans have finally decided, find somebody else to do it. That's why they're not protesting, okay? They finally decided that they are not going to be anyone's pawn in these.
And that's coming from a first generation immigrant.
Political games anymore in this political theater, the political theatrics. They're not going to be bothered. They're going to be at work or at home or, creating. And that's that. And I'm very happy because where's the money? Where are the billions of dollars that were stolen? Okay? Because guess what? The people who work hard.
So she kind of answered, she didn't really answer the question, right? The question was, how has immigration affected the Black community? It's affected the Black community in a multitude of ways. Jobs, housing, the schools are changing because kids don't speak English anymore. So that's just a couple of ways on how it impacts Black Americans first, because when the immigrants come here, they come to our neighborhoods first.
Ghost your ROI worries.
Right, here we go.
Ooh, spend smarter.
Oh, well,
They have a right to know. Like, there's no more distracting people. Everyone is smarter than that. And I think that's where African American.
Not only that, we pay taxes, right? So when the Democratic government don't want to tell the people who pay them where's the money is going, where it's being placed, and who the money is helping, we have a problem with that. And Black Americans have figured out that, all the taxes that we pay don't help us. They help other groups of people who don't even really like us. Let's make that clear.
Americans stand right now is
and
that
they like to
we're
fuck
not
you,
going to keep on
and you like to
speaking for
fuck them.
people who,
So
every time they get in office, they completely forget about them, and they just use them, every 4 years. Find somebody else to do it.
How has illegal immigration?
I've been seeing a lot of hate towards Black Americans on this app these past few days, especially with these LA riots that's going on, and the Mexicans that are coming on here talking about, oh, the Black folks, they're not doing nothing, they're just staying quiet. Where's the Black rappers, celebrities, movie stars? Ma'am, that's your answer right there. You want Black people to come and fight for your cause, and your cause is irrelevant to them. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
exactly.
Your cause is irrelevant.
You voted
to
for
them.
it. Latinos for
Where's
Trump.
Selena Gomez,
Latinos for
Mexican
Trump, and
people
Trump
of influence
Latino
you have?
your ass about it.
George Lopez,
Latino
all of
your
them.
ass.
Where are they?
Exactly.
They're at their homes because they believe in the same shit we're all believing in. Immigration is a big thing, and it needs to be taken
Black
care
men
of.
love them
There's no
feisty
reason why
Latinas.
you guys are coming on this internet getting mad at Black folks because they want to sit back. Now that they're sitting back, making videos that they're sitting back, and you guys are jumping online showing how racist you really are. Racist as fuck.
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Like, I'm not saying all the Chicanos are racist because I have Mexican family, Mexican friends. I'm from a Mexican town. I love my Mexican people. But I experienced the racism firsthand. You know that joke when George Lopez said Mexicans don't let their daughters date Black guys? And everybody was on the internet talking about it's true, it's not true, blah, blah, blah. Trust me. Being from a Mexican town, bro, the girls love Black men and the Black men love the Mexican girls. And the girls will always tell us, we got to keep this on the low. My parents can't find out I'm dating a Black guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? My parents don't let us date Black guys. That basically, that's what they told us. But They love the Black American culture. They love the music. They love the clothes. They
I
love
don't
the
love
food.
black culture.
A lot of them are
I
starting to
don't love
sound
all
like
the
Black
black culture.
Americans. Me, I'm Haitian. And I'm not afraid to tell you,
Hell
I love
no.
Black Americans. I love the Black American culture. I moved out of my
Which
small
part?
farm
You gotta
town,
name
which
which
is
part.
filled with Mexicans, Haitians, and a little bit of Black folks. I'm living in a bigger city where there's a lot more
You see, I
Black
said black
folks.
men love Mexicans.
And
They love
I
everything but
love the
black.
culture. Every week there's something new to do. There's always something new to learn. The people are great. The people are great. I'm not understanding where all this negativity
I
is
say
coming
that you
from.
should let black
For
men.
generations,
What it is
Black
black
Americans were
women should
expected
just
to
let black men do the fighting, but black women should protect themselves. I really do. I say that black women need to let black men be out there and fight against the white men. Let black men handle their fucking self because, like I said, black men. You heard him what he just said. They love Mexicans, but the Mexicans voted against them. They love white bitches, but the white bitches also vote against them. The white bitches also mistreat their breed of children. The biracial brats that they don't want, yeah. The mutants, yeah. Yeah, the mutts, yeah. The biracial mutts they have, yeah. Yeah, for real. They don't get out there. So black women need to be concerned about themselves. And for real, because black men keep letting you know they don't give a fuck about. They only care because they know that they are the ones that are ending back up in slavery if they don't fight. But they don't give a fuck about black women. I even heard most of them, like in past, I ain't heard many black men even mention black women that much thus far. It's like always. It's always about black men. It's always about them. It's always about even in MLK Day. It's always about black men. So black women understand that you're by yourself. Black people are by ourselves collectively, but black men, listen, I'm telling you, half of black men are on white supremacist side. And the only reason why they're gonna be begging is because they don't want their ass to get back on the plantation again. And the other half of black men on the other side is who black women have. And then allies, that's it. But half of them motherfuckers, they're only here because they don't want to get back up on the plantation or whatever. But like you said, they love Mexicans. They love everything but. And you talking about black culture. Yeah, what is black culture? What part of black culture are you talking about, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because black culture is toxic. Which part? There's some good parts. So which part are you talking about? Because toxic rap and killing and stealing and sex and fucking and breeding with your nasty ass sperm way. Of course, because they're nasty. Nasty bitches. White bitches are nasty and Mexican bitches are nasty. So don't say all black men because I don't love white bitches like that. And I definitely don't love Mexican bitches like that. You better believe, I mean, for real, get the fuck out of here, bitch. I don't give a fuck about that fucking shit. So don't be putting all black men in that fucking category. I hate when they do that because they push that louder. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause there are black men who actually do love black women, but they push these niggas out here the fact, oh, we love Mexicans, we love white women, we love the slave mistress, we love the ones who voted against us. That's black men for you. Most black men for a coon ass niggas. I can't say, stay y'all fucking asses the fuck away from me. I hope that black women look out for yourselves. Let the white man put their asses back on with their fucking preferences. Put their fucking nasty nigga asses back on the plantation. Anyway, y'all, I have to go. Y'all have a good night.